Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Looking to give the gift of pleasure? Add a little high heat to keep the desire burning. Or maybe you just need a little self-care. Come to Lovers for the best lingerie and toys to keep things hot this holiday. Save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow Rewards. Just mention LOVE20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until November 30th. Some exclusions apply.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9, that's us.
Yes.
KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Okay, we've talked about this before. I don't think I ever want to go bungee jumping because the question is, what would happen if the damn bungee cord broke?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I know that seems to be the argument. Would you, if you had to pick one, bungee jump or skydive?
Oh, yeah.
Both terrify me.
Why do I have to pick one? Why?
Because a gun is to your head.
Why are you doing it to me? Oh, boy. Well, I will say this. I guess I would bungee jump only because of this latest story, which we have the video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. Because there's this dude, he's bungee jumping off a 100-foot platform in Thailand. Everybody's cheering him on until the cord breaks and he falls into a lake. And, well, Steve, at least he survived. I don't, if the parachute doesn't open, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, here's the audio of how that went down.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't too far from the water, thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Although at that moment, if I had a ticket to go bungee jumping, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to get out of this line. I'm going to go grab some lunch. I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm watching this. I mean, at least they were smart enough to do it over water.
Yes.
But even still, I wonder, man, like, he got bruises, but he didn't seem like he landed the best way you want to land in water.
But, honestly, not that I want him to test this out. I feel like if he did it over, like, grass or, like, even, like, dirt, I don't think he would die. It would have probably hurt.
All right. Well,
he got pretty low. He got pretty close to the water before it snapped.
Yeah, that means you're doing a free fall, aren't you?
Well, I mean, it had a little bit of a moment where the elasticity of the bungee cord still worked.
So you're willing to roll the dice?
No, I'm just saying maybe this guy could do it for us.
Oh, he could do it for you. All right, so you're willing to bet on this guy's life. All right, fair enough. I'm willing to bet on that. I'm going to bet against you. That way, I mean, since it's not our lives, I'll bet against you.
Based on Joe's track record in Vegas, whatever he bets on, I will bet on the opposite.
Oh, all right. Joey D's, would the guy survive had he been over grass?
I'm going with no.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? If I was him, I'd be happy that Joe said that because I'm probably going to beat the odds.
Yeah, there we go. Which
I'm
means
not saying he's going to be okay. Like, he'll probably break something.
He's good. Yeah, like his neck.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking more of like maybe like something like an arm.
Oh, okay. I like this bet.
I don't want the guy to have to go through it. I just have to watch in the video. I'm like, I think he would have survived even if it wasn't water. I'm glad it was water.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to have to look him up in Thailand and go, look, I know this was a harrowing experience for you, but my buddy and I have a bet. You need to do it again, and you need to do it over grass. And we need to get that same malfunctioning bungee cord.
What does that company do at that point? Do you just shut it down for the day?
You're done. You have to be done. Who is going to go on Bungees Are Us except when our cord breaks? Who's going to do that?
But what if they pull out a new bungee? Like, you know what? This one's brand new. I mean,
brand new.
At least you don't have to worry about it having wear and tear.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, that's a bet I would take that it should be okay. Depending upon where they got, like I want to know where they get their cords in the first place. If it's like Jimmy's used bungee cords, maybe not.
Right.
Oh, man. That is not for me.
No.
No.
I know people love it, and I know people love skydiving. Those are two things that I've never even. There's not even like a little part in the back of my mind like what would it be like? I bet that'd be some kind of like incredible experience that I look back on fondly, and I'm sure it would be. But like, there's nothing in my head that's like even saying just give it a shot. Like, everything in my head says stay the F away from that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I want to go to the indoor skydiving places.
I would do that.
Yeah? All right, I'll let you do that. Tell me how that goes.
Well, then I saw how much they charge, and then I was like, I'm not doing that.
Oh,
I would do it for free, BJ.
Yeah. Oh, would you?
Yes.
You know what? You, sir, are brave.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
It's time to talk about Felix, the pet insurance brand made just for cats. Starting at under $1 a day, you can get whisker-to-tail protection with a plan as unique as your cat. Sorry, dogs. This customizable coverage is exclusively for feline friends. Learn more at FelixCatInsurance.com. That's FelixCatInsurance.com. Get it? Meow.
Insurance is underwritten by Independence American Insurance Company and produced by Independence Pet Group. Pre-existing conditions are not covered. Visit FelixCatInsurance.com/terms for all terms and limitations.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, you're married, or you're at least in relationship. You're a couple. However you're doing it. Maybe you're courting, Goldie, and you just, you just don't want to ever get married. But you're still together, okay? You're just doing what you're doing. And this new poll takes a look at what you're fighting about, okay? The top 10 things couple bickers about at home. Danny's in a couple. You're in a couple. I'm in a couple. Sarah and J-Rubs are a couple.
Vicky, in a couple of what?
In other words, you're a couple.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in a relationship.
It sounded funny. Like, you're in a couple. You're in a couple.
We're in a relationship.
Yeah, well, that's what couples are. We're couples, man. Yeah. Not together. Vicky's
sure? Thankfully.
Yeah, Vicky's. I don't know how many people are in her couple. If she's, you never know what's going on.
His name is Bob.
That's it. Oh yeah, you and Bob get along great. So what are the top things that couples bicker about? I figured I'd see if you guys. What do you fight about, Steve? And see if it's on the list.
It's not really fight, but I think you get a little frustrated with each other. The old, what do you want to have for dinner tonight?
Oh,
if you're getting something out, like takeout or going out to eat. I don't know. What do you want? Oh, I was thinking maybe sushi. Sushi doesn't sound all that good. All right, well, maybe some Indian. Indian doesn't sound all that good. Okay, well, why don't you pick? No, you pick. I'm like, well, I just picked two.
Yeah.
You ever had that?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Not on the list. That's wild, because I feel like a lot of people have that.
Funny enough, I have that with my dad. It's like, hey, what would you like to do, or what would you like to eat? And he's like, I don't know. What about you? I'm like, how about A, B, and C? Oh, I don't like any of those. Okay, what else? I'm like, how about, D, E, and F. He's like, I don't like that either. What else? I'm like,
I feel like if you name six choices for anything, that person can go F themselves.
Okay, that's extreme. I was just going to say, for me, it's two. Like, if I give you two options and you shoot down both, then it's up to you to make the decision.
100%.
Because I'll eat whatever.
Yeah, two I think is still fair enough for me to go, all right, let me come up with a third and a fourth.
No.
I'm getting irritated by the fourth, but here's Vicky coming up with 5 and 6, and you still don't have an answer. That's when the go F yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to go F yourself if you cannot pick out of 6 choices.
If you shoot down two of my ideas, then it's time for you to come up with an idea.
Right. Either you come up with an idea or going with number one, and you can't complain about it the entire time because you said you didn't come up with your own.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, I'm cool with whatever, you pick, and then I pick, and you say no. I'm like, well, then you're not cool with
You guys are harsh.
Exactly.
You guys are harsh. You only give people 2 choices because I feel like 2 is not enough for a person that doesn't know what they want. They need more than 2.
We usually do 3 choices. And
okay.
And if she does
3
not
strikes,
pick
you're
one,
out.
Yeah, if she does not pick one after that, then I just get whatever I want.
Is this not on the top 10? That is surprising to me since you both and Vicky, like you guys have said, the food thing is irritating.
But like I said, that's not something I legitimately am yelling and arguing.
No, bicker.
But
you're bickering.
Yeah, I guess bicker. It is a bicker.
Yeah, it's a bicker. You're not getting mad about it.
Because I don't know.
We're still eating something awesome. Like, at the end of the day, we both win.
You and your wife are weird. You never fight. I don't understand what's going on in the relationship.
Like you have no idea if we fight or don't fight.
Oh, I think every time I've talked to you, you've talked about how you guys get along, and you never seem to ever get so upset about anything that would ever turn into a. Some of the fights I've had.
Yeah, you've always let everybody know about every fight that you have. I don't. I
always thought you were. Oh, I didn't realize you were like just sort of keeping it on the DL. I always thought
often.
Yeah, I thought you were always like, I always thought it was you, like, you know what, I don't need to get upset about anything. Whereas me, I get upset over everything.
At times, every day. I mean, every day emotions are different. But
you're human?
Yeah, I know. It's
what?
crazy. But I don't need to let everyone know.
I would like to know just because
I will let you know because I don't want to deal with the headache of then you thinking that, now we can commiserate together. I think, no.
Oh, yeah. God forbid you and I might be able to think we have something in
because
common.
I've argued and then I'm done and we've moved on. And you're like, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, no, I've moved past this argument. Like, I don't want to relive it.
I didn't even know you had it. I always thought you were living this blessed life where nothing bothered you. Oh, now I want to know. I almost want to pick, like, what would Steve get upset over that he would have a fight about? Because I can't even imagine what it would be.
You'll never know.
I know I'll never know because you don't give any clue what really pisses you off ever.
Well, and also I don't bring it up because I don't think it's always fair to the significant other to like paint them in a bad light. Because I'm always right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, then I have to let you know when she's wrong.
I'm the same way.
Not cool.
Aren't I the same way? I've never painted my significant other in a bad light ever in the history on this show. No, never have. All right. So, Danny, how about you? What is something that really, you guys bicker about?
There's not a lot for me necessarily. I know that she gets angry at me when I leave my hats or like if I just like take off my socks and I'll just throw them on the other couch because I'm like eventually going to throw them away, but I just don't want to do it at that same moment.
Right.
Or if I don't put my shoes immediately like under the and where we put our shoes, I don't even know what you call it, but like we just have this
like
area for
rack?
shoes. Yeah, like a shoe rack, I guess, but it's more of like a bookcase. And so I don't put my shoes there immediately. I'll just put them like on the side. And she immediately is like, "Why can't you just put away your hats?" And I'm like, "Can't you just put away your dirty socks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get to it eventually." But then she ends up getting up and doing it because it bothers her.
So that's number 7 on the list, kind of, and that's dirty clothes on the floor. Then you said about the socks, or just in general, not putting your stuff where you're supposed to, which I'm 100% behind her with this one. I think, come on, there's a place for everything. Everything has its place. I mean, isn't that something in the Bible? I don't know.
The funny thing with mine is that like there are times where like she'll get annoyed because like not annoyed. Like, she's like, "Oh, are you going to clean the toilets today or tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah. I'll get it done tomorrow." And then tomorrow comes and I'm about to do it, but like she wanted to do something else at that moment.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, right now?" I'm like, "Well, it's either now or never." Because like I'm this like mindset like of when like I'm ready to do a chore, I'm doing it. And if you tell me not to do it at that moment, I might get distracted and do something else, and then I don't want to do the chore when you think I'm supposed to do the chore. Sure. It's like I'm of the moment kind of guy when it comes to chores. Like it's time to clean the toilets. I'm doing it now, or I'm not doing it for the rest of the day.
And I'm kind of the opposite way in terms of that. Like I have it set in my mind of like I'll do it later, and she just gets frustrated with me and just does it herself. And I'm like, no, I was going to do it. And then I get angry because I'm like, no, I was going to do it in like an hour, but I just don't want to do it right now. And she's like, no, I'm doing it right now because you can't get off your butt. And I'm like, oh God, all right.
Yeah, it is. This is the thing with living with people. And usually anyone who's, like me, yeah, it's like, you just want it done now.
It's got to be done now. Yeah, I'm like Danny's girlfriend for sure.
Oh, for me, it gets done when the moment's right.
Yeah, there's no...
Why is the moment ever really right to clean toilets?
The moment's right when I tell you to. That's when the moment's right.
Yesterday afafternoon, it was right. Oh. That was when the moment was right.
They're nice and clean now.
They are.
Yeah,
they're
so
spotless.
housework...
I wouldn't say eat off them, but they're spotless.
Oh.
So it's that starting housework but not finishing it. That's number 4. So I don't know if that quite qualifies for what you and Danny were talking about, Steve.
Kind of.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like... Yeah, you got to figure it out. Sarah, actually, it's funny. I'm not in a couple, but I mean, I do have 2 people living with me, Sarah and J Rubs, and I think it's more. I don't know who it is, who the culprit is, but this irritates the hell out of me. It's the number 1 thing on the list too.
It's nothing I do.
Oh, you both do it.
I bet it's all J Rubs.
Well, we'll see. It is. It irritates. It's just going down to where they live and seeing the lights on, but they're nowhere around. And I'm like, why do they leave the effing lights on? All you gotta do is just shut them off.
That bothers you? Oh, yeah. The lights on?
Oh, I hate the lights on. If you don't need them on, why have them on?
Yeah. What are you, a vampire?
It's if you're not in the room. I'm not. If you're in the room, I'm fine. But if you're doing something else, you're going outside. You're going to come upstairs and hang. Yeah. Why would you leave the lights on in a room that you're not going to be in?
No, I typically turn them off. Nowadays, though, it could be Tatum that's doing it in your house.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
it could be Tatum that's doing it. I didn't even know Tatum even came over for a visit.
Oh, yeah. She's crazy,
man.
Because there are times where I'm like, why is this light on? And I realize, it's Tatum could reach it, and she just loves turning on lights.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be the argument you have for the rest of your life.
She's so pumped when she could reach tying up, or she'll get like her little chair and stand on it, and then just turn it on.
Yeah.
See, just picture me doing that to all the lights that are still on in the house. Yeah. Just picture, if I was A little shorter.
2.5.
Way cuter.
30.
Sometimes like the TV's still on, even though there's nobody using. I'm just like, why is everything on and you're nowhere? You're not going to use it.
Well, you're the kind of person that the TV and the lights would be on, and then you just have to like run to the mailbox really quick. Do you shut everything off when you run to the mailbox?
No, that's fine. But I'm talking about.
He's the type of person that would.
Yeah, well, I would. You're right. I would. But I'm talking. Yeah, but you guys, it's like 20 minutes or something. I'm counting. I'm like,
do you have a stopwatch on? I'm picturing like a coach. You have a stopwatch around your neck at all times. Like,
they're upstairs talking to me, and I'm going. And all I'm thinking in my head is, I know every light, and the TV is still on down there.
Okay, we don't really want to talk to you for that long, but you just keep going and going and going, and so then.
You know what?
It's been 20, 30
you want to
minutes.
talk to me? Here's a good idea. How about you get your own goddamn place? How about that?
No, it's okay. We'll take the 20 minutes.
So if somebody left the TV on and like went to the store, would you be upset about it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we do that all the time.
Oh
yeah.
TV never turns off in our house
until bedtime.
Yeah,
you guys.
We keep music on all the time, though.
And Lily's gotten in the habit too, because like we'll leave like wherever we're staying, and we just leave the TV on, and then we have a game where we guess what's going to be on TV when we get back.
See, it's a fun game. You can't play that if you turn
you
your
know
TV
what?
off.
Your generation can never lecture me about carbon footprint ever again, because I mean that's just come on, that's carbon footprint BS messiness right there.
Hey, you know what?
That's why our summers are weird because of you, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
The bugs need to watch something, okay, when we're gone.
Ice caps are melting, Danny.
I do keep our TV on so Lulu has something to listen to.
Thank you.
You're never alone when something's on, right?
Because we keep our TV on from the music choice. Like we'll have the music in the background when we're not watching TV.
Did you just say you need to keep the TV on for the dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dogs never had
silence.
Dogs don't have TV. They never had TV till humans came around. Dogs. What did dogs do in the wild before you had a TV?
So we didn't have TV at one point either. Are we supposed to just limit the amount of enjoyment our dogs have because they once enjoyed life without televisions?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to answer that. So I'm just we didn't have fire.
Just live in the cold.
I don't even know how to answer these wonderfully amazing questions.
Including animals.
Animals have not evolved to want to care about the TV. They don't.
I'd say watch, but you can't see anymore. So now she just listens to it.
Yeah.
All right. You know, none of these are on the list. We're just weird
what about
people.
Leaving the water on while like doing dishes. That's always. I'm always like turning it off.
Yeah, who leaves the water on?
Well, not for like an extended period of time, but like do some dishes, turn around, handle something, water still running, turn around, do some more.
BJ would not like that.
Wow, you guys are going to be in trouble with all of the
with
people.
Who? The police?
Yeah, the carbon footprint police. You got to shut that water off.
They have a ring cam. I won't answer if they start knocking on the door.
Yeah. I try to be as good as I can because you waste a lot of water anyway when you're doing dishes, but you can't be leaving that on if you're not actually rinsing anything, right?
One that used to bug me a lot, but it doesn't really bother me anymore, was when she wouldn't make the bed. And it was because like we come to work so early, and then I'd get home, and I'm like, "You slept till 10 o'clock, and you can't make the bed before you go to work."
Oh, I'm 100% behind her. I don't make the bed. Who cares?
I never make the bed.
Yeah. Oh,
we always make the bed.
I love a fresh made bed.
Yeah, I that was the one thing in the military. I go, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear your stupid. I made bed means you accomplished. Oh, go shut up. You know what I accomplished? I accomplished getting up and going to work. My bed's fine. Yeah, I've totally not because I totally don't give a damn about my bed's made. Who cares?
It's nice just to have a nice bed made. Like, it just feels better. It feels cleaner.
Look, if you like it, I'm not putting you down. But for me, I mean,
you want to live in filth and look like a slob, then go ahead.
But you have crumbs in your bed too, don't you?
Oh, well, that actually is on the list. Number 8 is crumbs in the bed. I don't eat in the bed, Danny, so there's no crumbs in the bed because you know why?
J-Rubs does.
Does he really? What's he eating in the bed?
Oh, when
he's a savage. I don't know if I might have to disapprove of this marriage.
He knows I don't like
Savage.
it, but sometimes he'll leave wrappers of stuff next to the
like
bed.
Kit Kat bars?
Like chips. It's mainly chips, which are tasty and great, but they're the worst for crumbs.
Yes, they are. You can't be eating in bed.
Which style of chips is he getting?
Oh, usually the jalapeno.
Yeah.
Oh, he's spicy, isn't he?
Man.
He's a spicy guy.
Okay, yeah.
He's a spicy savage.
He'll leave the evidence, though.
You can't eat in bed. Once you start, that's the problem.
What about popcorn in bed?
Nothing.
No, there's nothing, Danny.
But what about a nice romantic movie?
Exactly. Thank you.
How about you just eat like the
maybe
couches?
ice cream.
What?
Why maybe ice cream? Why is that okay?
And in a cup or cone?
Not a cone because then there's crumbs.
Okay, that's what I was curious.
I mean, I don't even trust you with a cup of ice
I can't
cream.
even. You know what? I don't know when these rules were made by the Steve Society, but they're the weirdest. Like, like the way you live, man.
It makes sense.
Please help me, because I don't know how it makes sense.
It could be a food that doesn't create crumbs.
Yeah.
And ice cream doesn't create crumbs.
Because the crumbs itch in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but there's chocolate flakes and stuff that can get everywhere.
Well, it depends on the ice cream, of course.
Well, what kind of ice cream are you doing in bed? Do you have a special bed ice cream?
I was thinking maybe like the Americone Dream, the Ben & Jerry's. I don't know.
What's Americone Dream? What is that in there?
That was the first one that came to mind. Actually, I like the Bananas Foster one.
Okay.
That one's freaking
all right.
awesome.
There's nothing that can get in the bed, like bananas flying everywhere. Because you know how thing is. Things fly, dude. You're smacking stuff around. You don't know what kind of ice cream.
How are you eating your ice cream? You toss in the air.
I use it as a suppository, if you must know.
Okay.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This holiday season, make your journey memorable with Travel Centers of America, where our motto is simple: return every traveler to the road better than they came. Avoid any hassle and stop at our one-stop shop for all your holiday travel needs. Fuel up, indulge in delicious snacks, and dine at one of our full-service restaurants. Hit the road with peace of mind knowing we've got you covered. For more info, go to ta-petro.com. Travel Centers of America, your road to happy travels.
From the very beginning, your kids mean everything to you. That means you do anything for them, especially if they're at risk. So when it comes to type 1 diabetes, screen it like you mean it. Because even if just one person in the family has it, your child is up to 15 times more likely to get it too. Screen it like you mean it. Because type 1 diabetes can develop at any age. And once you get results, you can get prepared for your child's future. So screen it like you mean it. Type 1 starts long before there are symptoms. But one blood test could help you spot it early, before they need insulin, and could lower the risk of serious complications like diabetic ketoacidosis or DKA. Talk to your doctor about how to screen for type 1 diabetes. Because the more you know, the more you can do. So don't wait. Tap now or visit screenfortype1.com to learn more. Again, that's screenfortype1.com. Screen it like you mean it.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Transit is better with an Orca card. Here's why. 1, it's easy. Just tap and pay your way onto Metro and all other public transit around the Sound. 2, your tap shows us when and where you're riding the most, so Metro can serve you better. And 3, Orca cards are for everyone. 18 and younger now ride free with a free youth Orca card. So what are you waiting for? Get an Orca card, tap for transit, and make your ride count today. Visit kingcounty.gov/tap for transit.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com. Looking to give the gift of pleasure? Add a little high heat to keep the desire burning. Or maybe you just need a little self-care. Come to Lovers for the best lingerie and toys to keep things hot this holiday. Save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow Rewards. Just mention Love20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until November 30th. Some exclusions apply.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? Yeah. I sure am, because we made it. It's Friday.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Hey, Daddy's jumping. Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Party. Yeah. Party. Yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
I hope everyone has had a wonderful week and an even more amazing weekend. Let's get to our contestant today. We have Steve from Bremerton. Steve, are you there?
Good morning, Sarah.
We have an old-fashioned Steve on.
Uh-oh, look out.
Who's going to be Seattle and who's going to be Texas?
Wait a minute.
All right, Steve, now get out.
I don't know either, Steve.
Get out!
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Steve has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Ready.
What band has the albums There Is Nothing Left to Lose and Medicine at Midnight?
Pass.
What's the NFL team from Minnesota?
Vikings.
Yes. How many screenwriting Oscars has Quentin Tarantino won?
3, 4, 5.
No. Baby broccoli is another name for what vegetable?
Cauliflower?
No.
Baby broccoli. Pass.
What pop star did the voice of Smurfette in the 2011 movie The Smurfs?
Say again, please.
What pop star did the voice of Smurfette in the 2011 movie The Smurfs?
Oh, my. Beyonce.
No.
Beyonce.
Pass.
Oh, which type of restaurant popularized the use of conveyor belts?
Fast food.
No.
Buffet.
No.
Chinese.
No. What do you call a baby panda?
Cub.
Yes.
Nice. There we go.
Oh, you got 2
He
correct.
dropped the deuce.
I dropped the deuce.
Oh, Steve.
I think we really we're going to be Seattle and Steve over
Yeah.
here going to be Dallas.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm
what's going to
feeling
happen.
Steve's going to win this one.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I think we all do, but
It's kind of funny. I walked in, I heard him say, I think Steve's going to win this. I'm like, well, if he's talking in the third person,
Right?
I could take it 2 different ways.
Sure can.
yeah, pretend that. Are you ready, Steve?
Oh, yeah!
What band has the albums There Is Nothing Left to Lose and Medicine at Midnight?
The Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Nice work.
What's the NFL team from Minnesota?
That is the Vikings.
Yes. How many screenwriting Oscars has Quentin Tarantino won?
I'm going to go with 1.
No.
2.
Yes.
Nice work.
Baby broccoli is another name for what vegetable?
Baby broccoli? I don't know. Brussels sprouts?
No.
Cauliflower?
No.
No, sir.
Broccolinis?
Yes.
Nice work.
What pop star
made
did
that
the
word up.
What pop star did the voice of Smurfette in the 2011 movie The Smurfs?
Oh, Lady Gaga.
No.
Lady Gaga.
Rihanna?
No.
Miley Cyrus.
No. Which type of restaurant popularized the use of conveyor belts?
Conveyor belts. Quiznos.
No.
Subway.
No.
Pizza Hut.
No.
No, sir.
What do you call a baby panda?
A pandy.
No.
Panda.
A pandolini.
No.
A Joey.
No. What is the main ingredient in falafel?
Bread.
No. Jeez. Oh, Steve, with that, you get 4 correct, and that is a win.
Wow.
Which is sad.
You know, Steve, not so bad, Steve in Bremerton, after all. It was a close game.
Woo!
Thanks, BJ.
All right, take it easy, buddy. Try again. These were a bad set of questions for you.
You're simply the best.
Broccolini was the key. Dude, you didn't make up a word. It's just in your own brain you thought you did.
I honestly thought I was just doing a make 'em up.
No, it's a real thing.
And being a goof. So when you said yes, it kind of threw my game off. It's rare that I actually have my game thrown off for getting one right, but I did just there.
You're like, wait, what? Broccolini's a thing?
I was like, am I in some weird world where you guys are just saying yes to any stupid question and answer I give?
Little broccolini.
Yeah, it's good. It's just like it's like a skinnier version of broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's tiny.
Does it taste like broccoli?
Yeah. It's pretty much like broccoli's baby. You know.
Hey, broccoli.
Does anyone know?
Those, yeah.
Yeah.
I like those.
They actually had to have a name.
Okay.
Does anyone know who did the voice of Smurfette in the 2000 movie? Movie, The Smurfs? Yeah, Danny has to know this.
Yes, it's Katy Perry.
That was as soon as,
And I thought I heard somewhere, gosh, I can't remember, but someone else, some other big pop star today is supposed to be doing like the new Smurfette. Maybe it was Rihanna or somebody.
I was Britney Spears.
I think it's Demi Lovato.
Oh.
Is it Demi Lovato
I think
doing
she
it?
was in the most recent one. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Don't you remember when Katy Perry wore that very skin tight Smurfette dress? Because I sure do.
I do. Yeah. How did that leave my? How do I remember the dude from All American Rejects?
Right.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
Those were the days.
Britney Spears would be fun though if she voiced it. Like if all of a sudden Smurfette just kind of
just lost it,
just kind of went on her own ways. Yeah.
That would be actually really
Smurfette
fun.
shaves her head.
Realize what the hell? I'm just surrounded by a bunch of dudes. Like this is weird.
It is Rihanna, by the way, that's doing the
Oh,
new
it's Rihanna?
Smurfette, Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
See, then I kind of got it right.
Yeah, good for you, buddy.
Not really.
Not really. I'm so disappointed you didn't get this one. What type of restaurant popularized the use of conveyor belts?
Oh, this is, you guys don't know this. It's the sushi.
It's the merry-go-round.
The sushi merry-go-round, man.
Sushi
I
restaurant.
heard it completely wrong.
Because you're a sushi guy. I thought for sure you're going to have that.
No. Now that I actually am listening without the timer and the pressure, like I totally know what you mean. I was picturing the conveyor belt like where they put like a piece of food on a thing and it goes through like that oven. What is those called?
Oh, that's why you said Quiznos.
That's why I said Quiznos.
Oh.
A convention of it, or no?
I don't know what they're called. It's like
It's just an oven. It's just an oven that's got a conveyor belt that runs through it. Yeah, that's really what it is.
But dude, I used to get so fired up when I get Quiznos, and whenever like, do you like want it heated? I'm like, of course, that's part of the experience.
You're like just to watch it go in the oven. And
Oh
come
yeah,
out.
that and Krispy Kreme. Watching how they make stuff, it's really awesome.
Oh, or when the donuts go through the glazed
Yeah.
fountain.
Oh, I want to. I told you, bury me that way. Just glaze me Krispy Kreme style. Just send me on my way.
Just send you down.
When I leave this planet.
And does anyone know the main ingredient in falafel?
It's chickpea.
Yes.
Chickpeas,
yeah.
Close to bread, but
Yeah.
Steve, you still won.
Pita is good. Pita's bread. It is part of the whole falafel dipping
You
experience.
need bread in order to enjoy the falafel.
Yeah, you did good.
True.
And by that, actually, you did not. All right. Well, hey, congratulations to everybody involved.
Good game.
Someone, I don't know if you saw this, we have the picture on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. Somebody posted a photo from their office fridge where someone had literally padlocked their milk. And
Dude, I saw this picture and I instantly thought of a certain couple of people here at the station that would absolutely do this. Like, you see that and you're like, who in the office would do something like this? I'm like, oh, that person definitely would.
I would.
You were one of the two people I thought of.
I would. I mean, so far, I have I label everything.
I was going to say, whoever labels their food
Yeah.
is the same person that would do this. Because I always thought it's such an odd thing to do because it's like, it's not my food, so I don't need to know I know it's not mine.
I am actually, because BJ has his like little egg white bites in the refrigerator and they're labeled BJ, but I'm surprised you haven't like found a way to lock those up in there.
So, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, which is, I put my name on there because I know that's, you just have to. Because some people dude, you remember the guy that borrowed my Frozen pack, which has been on my skin, and the guy borrowed it.
I think he would have done that regardless if your name was on it or not. Like, if someone's going to steal food, knowing your name's on it not going to stop me. In fact, maybe I'd be like, yeah, screw BJ. I'm going to eat his before I eat Johnny's.
Yeah. That's my first step. That way, if somebody says, why are you putting a padlock on the milk? You saw I put my name on it, and it didn't stop Steve. Like for instance, that Frozen pad, I had to hide that because it was like, obviously you don't understand that it's mine on my naked ass butt, but you're putting it on your body anyway.
And then you told him, and he still did it.
I know, dude. It was that
pretty
guy.
Funny.
Talk about boundary issues. So I can understand a guy.
He doesn't work here anymore. So hey, last laugh, you got it.
I sure did. I showed him. So this milk bottle, the cap has got, you need a key. It's got a padlock,
like a little like a luggage padlock.
Yeah, and this pic has gone viral because most people thought it was petty just because it's milk. Which is like, why is it petty? It's like if people are taking your S, it's like, what, we're supposed to share everything with everybody at the office? We buy it all the time? Is that the idea?
I think it's brilliant, especially if you don't like your coworkers.
Yes.
If, like Joey and I, we share like a coffee creamer, and someone... the men's room, I think, uses a lot of it, but luckily, Joe and I love those guys.
Clearly.
But if we didn't, I would get a padlock for everything.
Yeah,
I'll show you. That's my creamer.
Well, it's like look, Jason buys these gigantic tubs of peanut. They're called hoodies, and they've got like the peanut butter everything in there.
It's like the most unhealthy trail mix thing, but the most amazing trail mix.
It's like
ever.
crack.
It's pretzels and little mini teeny tiny Reese's Pieces buttercups. They're from like Costco.
So there's like 3 peanuts in that entire thing. It's mostly just chocolate and peanut butter.
It's chocolate chips, peanut butter, and pretzels.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
so
it's healthy.
Darn good. But here's the thing, man. It's like, Jason gets it, and so I'm at the Costco, and I think other guys, people at the station done it too. I'm at the Costco, I see it, I go, well, I got to help the brother out because
give some back.
You got to bring some back. That's the problem with the people that will take from the fridge is it's not like they'll restock. If they restocked, I would not care if you took my stuff. But if I went in there and I didn't have my egg bites, I'd be like, well, dude, what the hell?
It'd be cool if we actually had like any kind of vending machine in this office at all. So
what's a vending machine? I've never heard of one of those things.
Yeah, at least we don't have one that doesn't work anymore. They just got rid of it.
Yeah, that's
with the like 3-year-old cheese in there,
and like in a bottle of orange juice, and it's not really all that refrigerated.
No.
Well, you really know how a company feels about you because we're here every day. Does not matter.
During the pandemic, we really learned how we rated.
Yeah,
because we had a microwave that didn't work for 2 years.
Yeah.
A vending machine that just stopped working.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times we put in requests to have those things fixed, it didn't get fixed until people came back to the office.
And I would say, the microwave got fixed, but we're just like, we don't need the vending machine anymore.
That's true, but the microwave took over a year to get fixed.
That's true.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I almost went out and bought another one. It was I was getting close, and then it got fixed for a day. Then it broke again, and it was just like. And then when I was out for a while, broadcasting from home, I was like, all right, I guess I don't need to get a microwave. And then I thought, well, by the time I get back, I'm going to buy one. But they got fixed. Now I got to buy a vending machine.
Yeah, when they actually got rid of the thing, I thought, maybe the whole thing was actually broken, so they would replace it.
Yeah.
But no, now it's just a really empty area.
They're just probably just sick of us complaining. So, how to get them to stop complaining about the vending machine not working? Just to get rid of the vending machine.
Yeah, that is an idea. That vending machine was responsible for the most viral video we've ever had in our history.
The Sun Chips video.
Yeah. And now we can't make viral videos anymore.
I stopped posting on social media after we lost.
Yeah, we need a vending machine. That's what we got to do. So,
you know what? And I'm never posting on Facebook again.
I don't blame you.
Until we get a vending machine.
I think that is fair.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Ever notice how feline family members take a back seat to dogs by most pet insurance companies? Yeah, that chafes me. Cats have feelings too, and it's just wrong. But hold your horses. I got some good news here. FelixCatInsurance.com is doing something about it. And they call it whisker to tail protection. Because, look, our cats don't actually have 9 lives, and accidents and things can happen anytime. Felix Cat Insurance has plan options for cats of all ages, and it covers accidents, illnesses, emergency care, and more. Best part? Plans start at under $1 per day. Customizable coverage exclusively for felines. FelixCatInsurance.com. No dogs allowed. Well, hold up. This ain't over yet. Roll that legal stuff.
Insurance is underwritten by Independence American Insurance Company and produced by Independence Pet Group. Pre-existing conditions are not covered. For all terms and limitations, visit FelixCatInsurance.com/terms.
Is your relationship going sideways?
Have a family issue? Problems with your coworker?
Do you need advice? We're here to help. No problem is too dumb. No dilemma is too silly. This is Help Wanted with BJ and Migs.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. What is Help Wanted? Well, this is a segment where if you got any kind of issues, man, and people have been doing this for a long time, textings, messaging, phone calls, and we thought, wow, we get a lot of these. Why don't we turn it into a full segment rather than just wait for listeners on the loose? That's what Help Wanted is about. You got a relationship problem at work, or anything else going on. And here's the key. Does not matter how dumb you think it is, we are here for you. Call us or text us now, 206-803-ROCK. It is Help Wanted.
Oh, we got a whole different variety of Help Wanted needs here, guys. So I want to throw it out for you guys to see what you guys think. All right, we got one that involves stealing money.
Oh.
Another one that involves hooking up with somebody's parent.
Boy, I already know just by the tone of your voice that's the one you like.
And another one that wants some help about the world of professional wrestling.
Oh, God, that's a tough one because you like that one, too.
It's not about me. It's about all of us.
All right,
rockaholics.
All right, Vicky, I'll let Wikipedia make the pick.
All right.
What do you got, Vic?
I think I'm curious about the hooking up with the parent.
Of course you are.
Yeah, of course
I
you
know
are.
I am too, and I love professional wrestling, and I still lean towards that
I was almost going to lean towards the stealing money thing, but I need to know more.
Okay. All right. Let's start with that one because that one actually just came in this morning, too. My roommate's dad brought some furniture up last weekend for our new apartment. After we got it all set up, we had some friends over, ordered some pizzas, and started drinking. My roommate's dad stuck around, too, and after my roommate fell asleep, her dad and I hooked up.
Yeah.
I just want to put it out there that her dad is really young. He had her at a young age, and he's hot, and he's not that old, LOL. Anyways, I haven't told his daughter yet, but I'm starting to feel guilty about it. Should I tell her, or do you think I should take this secret to my grave?
Okay, so the roommate is rooming with the daughter. Is that what I'm getting on that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I wonder what the age difference is between those two, because she's trying to say that the dad had her when he was young, but I unless maybe her dad's way old, and that may be the reason why they're so close in age.
Yeah, because they're in their 20s, let's just say. They're roommates, they're in their 20s, and dad could easily be late 30s. Early 40s, right?
Yeah, probably. I would say that, I mean, look, the guy could have had her as early. He could be 35. He could have had her at 15.
Right.
Let's say he's 40. But I'm saying her dad then must definitely be 50 to 60 years old.
Okay.
Because that's the only way they're together like that, because otherwise, you'd be like, why am I hooking up with the person's dad? So
Or she just looks at her dad, even if they were the same age, but that's her dad, so dad is old.
Yeah, it's just I've never known. I think of Sarah's friends. There's such an age difference that I don't know if there's any parent that's young enough to hook up with. There may be some that they find attractive, but we're all in the same demographic. We're all the same age. So this is, I guess, if he's a young dad, and I don't know, it's a tough one, man. I feel like it's still a line crosser.
I think it's funny that that's the part that we're actually dwelling on, not the part that she just hooked up with her roommate's dad.
Well, I'll tell you why. I've been going through my ancestry thing, and so there's a lot of I could possibly have a half sister who's 30 years younger than me. That's why I'm sort of on because with dudes, they can have kids at any time of their life. It doesn't matter. So that's why I'm like perseverating. But you're right. It really should be, hey man, I don't want you banging my parents. Right?
Well, that's been done now. It's too late.
Yeah, so I feel like if she tells her, it's going to be a bad response.
See, and it's interesting because the way that she kind of said it in the way that the text sounds, it's almost like they were like almost put together. Like, it doesn't sound like they're friends. It's like my roommate.
Yeah.
Should I let her know that I banged her dad? Like, I don't know. I wasn't like feeling like, oh, this is my best friend for years.
I definitely didn't get. I mean, you would just say your friend.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be friendly enough to be roommates.
Danny, even if you move in with somebody, all right, you're at least comfortable enough you're moving into a place and you
Not
go.
if you're going to college and you move into something random with a dorm.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
All right,
that's what I thought.
When I moved into a house in Washington when I first moved out here, I knew one person, but I didn't know the other roommates.
Right, yeah.
So, I would have had sex with any of their moms if they were hot at that
all
time.
I have a perfect scenario. Sarah, come on in. I'm going to do Danny's scenario right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny scenario.
Because we'll just say this right now, and we'll see, because Danny makes a good point. There are points like when you move into a dorm, you have roommates. They're your age, you don't know. And this happened to Sarah. Sarah, you when we moved you down to California, you moved in with 5 other girls, I think?
Yes.
What would you have said if I banged one of them?
I would have killed you.
Okay, well, what if Dad was single? I mean, obvious.
No, still no. Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to make it a little less weird.
No, I was basically figuring that in. Yeah, obviously I got to be single. I'm not going to be going against Mom.
Yeah, still no. But honestly, I would tell her though.
You would.
I
really would.
Yeah.
But, oh man, if she's like you, she's going to trip the F out.
Yeah, but if somehow she finds out later, like, and what if you guys like build a friendship and you guys get close, and then she never tells you, and somehow it like leaks out?
Yeah.
That's going to be terrible.
Or what if he accidentally impregnated her, and then you have to tell her not only?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That would be my nightmare.
Could you imagine? Hey, hate to break this to you, but I had sex with your dad, and we're bringing you a new sister.
Yeah, how about that?
Congratulations.
Hell no. Oh man, I would be livid.
Whoa.
That would be so trippy.
So then so your roommate becomes your mommy, and then there's a little sister. Yeah, Sarah said to me.
The nice thing is that she'd have to give you like an allowance. So now you
gosh.
No,
Sarah
Pay
won't
my
even
rent.
let Sarah.
Yeah.
If Kathy and I wanted to have another child, Sarah said no. She doesn't even want us to have another child.
No, y'all are way too old.
I do what I won't.
No, you
You
guys
kind of
can't-
should now.
couldn't handle a baby. And then
Listen. If Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, the pushing 80, can have a kid, why can't I have a
Yeah,
kid?
you and Johnny Roberts could watch over the kid when they're busy doing old people stuff.
That's what my mom always said. She was like, well, you would kind of raise it. You wouldn't just be the sister. And I'm like, I'm not trying to raise your kid.
That's what Vicky's doing right now.
Yeah.
Vicky's a sister mommy right now. Why can't you be more like
brother
Vicky?
mommy? She's brother mommy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother mommy.
No, wait,
Sorry about that.
sister mommy.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
the sister. I'm not a brother.
No, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, my bad. It's early.
Sister mommy. Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know how she does it. The patience, and she's very nice. I would not raise your child.
All right. How about you keep it to your grave?
I don't think you should raise your child either now with that attitude.
Why do you
Maybe
think
shouldn't
I'm
have
like,
children either.
Why do you think I'm like, so you're going to watch the kid like 3 times a week? Joey will watch it the other 3 times a
horrible.
week. Maybe I'll watch it once a week.
Joey wouldn't be a bad pick. You could have him be like your living nanny.
Yeah, apparently all the kids love Joey.
Yeah. Joey
you're-
Breadsticks.
Yeah. Joey D's. We got your new job. You're the brother. You're the brother mommy.
I don't think you should say anything. Unless she doesn't do the dishes and then throw it out at her. Do the dishes.
Yeah.
I banged your dad.
Yeah, wait for the first fight.
Do the
Yeah.
dishes. I banged your dad.
Yeah, save that for a good fight, like a good punctuator at the end of a fight.
Good call.
Oh, yeah? Well, I banged your dad.
That's how
And
it's going
slam the door.
By the way, that's how it's going to happen.
It's going to come out when you're drunk.
It's totally going to come out as soon as she wants to hurt you with information. Oh yeah, and then your dad's going to be like, "Oh man."
Or all of a sudden when dad is just coming over every weekend, like, hey.
Dad, you never used to visit me at my old place this much. Well, I really like it. It's very comfortable here,
Yeah, it is.
especially when you fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I'm with Sarah on this. I just think as a parent, you just can't go there. Even if you're single, you got to stay away from your kids' friends.
Okay, but the damage is done. They've done it.
Yeah, I know.
Now
that
what do you do?
Well, I think if I'm the father, I should tell my daughter too. Especially like with Sarah, I know she'd be pissed, but she'd even be more pissed if I didn't tell her.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm going to have this hard conversation. It's not going to be good.
You tell her over dinner?
Oh,
Like, how do you
no,
handle
I
this?
hate. I had to break bad news to Sarah over dinner, and it was the worst dinner I've had. I like dinners. I'm not going to use a dinner for a bad. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, take me out in public where everyone just assumes I'm not
thought
going to
I
cause
could-
a scene because we're in public.
I thought it was safe.
I know you well enough to know you'll cause a scene in public.
Thank you. My
Yeah.
own father doesn't know that.
Well, I was
Okay.
hoping, Steve. It was the first time I had to break super bad news to her like this. At the age she was at. When she's a kid, sure, she's going to ask any questions she wants. But I thought, Sarah's a little older now. She'll probably be cool in public. No.
Absolutely not.
Not so
she
much.
wasn't.
If you told me you banged my friend at dinner,
Not friend.
No,
roommate.
I
It was
won't
just a
bang
roommate.
or roommate,
I would never bang any of your friends or roommates at dinner. I would wait till after dinner.
you're so sweet.
What if there comes a point where you don't want this person as a roommate anymore? Then maybe share that information.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or I was thinking maybe if it was like they were moving out, wait till like the lease is up or something, and then just break the news.
And then the way you tell is
Break the lease and the news.
Also, I'm moving in with your dad, just so you know.
Yes.
That's
Things
why
with
I
your dad.
Oh, my
found a new
God.
spot.
Yeah,
I have
what
a
if-
new roommate, your father.
What if they end up That's the other thing. What if they end up really liking each other? I mean, it does happen. I mean, the older men, younger women, older women, younger men. That's why you can't mess around with anybody your kids know. You just can't.
Or get permission first.
Oh, you got to get permission from you to bang your friends?
So like, hey, before you fall asleep, I might hook up with your roommate. Is that cool?
Yeah. Is that all right?
Does Joey D's, your brother, also have to get permission to be with your friends? Because he's not your father. Or I
thought she's trying to hook him up with our friends, I thought.
Yes, I've been trying to have Joey date any of my friends for like the longest time.
Okay, so even if he just went with somebody and you didn't know about it, that's cool.
I would love that.
Okay, but not me.
Absolutely not.
All right, I like this text. The funniest part about this whole conversation is that BJ thinks he has a chance with any of Sarah's friends.
I know. He's really pushing for it.
I don't have a chance with anybody. What are you talking about? I got no chance. I just.
Oh, so there's one that you think, oh yeah, I could definitely pull that one.
Oh, there's no woman that I can. I barely could get my own wife to pay attention to me. There's no woman that wants any piece of me at all.
There's got to be at least two.
No. There's only, even then, it's debatable sometimes if there's even one. So I don't think there's another one out there. And if there is, put her in the concussion protocol tent immediately. So she's got a concussion.
Did you get dropped on your head? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah. So I think we've helped. Did we help?
I don't know.
Half of us say tell her, half of us say don't.
Danny, what are you saying? Say legit. Are you saying tell or not?
Oh, don't tell her.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. No. Vicky?
I say no unless you actually become like an item.
Wow, you guys! Wow, you guys are really all about secrets.
It's none of her business. It really isn't. It's his sex life and her sex life. It's none of her business.
Ah, boy, it's hard to argue with that, unless it's of course Sarah. That's the problem. If your daughter is Sarah, it'll be a beating if she doesn't find out.
But if that news came out, like somehow, like she told a friend and then told you, would you be upset at all with your roommate or your father for not telling you?
It's not my business. I wouldn't be. It'd be like, okay, well,
especially if it's a one and doneer.
Yeah.
That's a hell.
That's good to know, Vicky. If your dad ever becomes single and I do too, and I bang him, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, I'd rather you not.
Jose's a cutie.
I mean, it is a healthy.
Juan.
By the way, have you noticed?
Jose? You just picked Jose?
Yeah.
Jose, Juan. They're similar, kind of.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
They both begin with J's. Yeah.
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what?
Your dad Javier is such a good guy.
I love that you said Jose and Jesus, and those are all my uncle names. I have my mom's brothers are all Jose's and Jesus.
And by the way, most men do not care if you call them by the wrong name, if in fact you would like to have sex with them. So they probably wouldn't care either.
Well, I hope your dad's listening right now.
Yeah, hope not.
He is a very handsome man. I agree.
He is.
Yes.
Okay, now you're going to stand in line behind Steve. Okay, there's a big line big line forming for Juan, no line for BJ.
At least I know his name.
Yeah.
That should get you to the front of the line, Steve.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This holiday season, make your journey memorable with Travel Centers of America, where our motto is simple: return every traveler to the road better than they came. Avoid any hassle and stop at our one-stop shop for all your holiday travel needs. Fuel up, indulge in delicious snacks, and dine at one of our full-service restaurants. Hit the road with peace of mind knowing we've got you covered. For more info, go to ta-petro.com. Travel Centers of America, your road to happy travels.
From the very beginning, your kids mean everything to you. That means you do anything for them, especially if they're at risk. So when it comes to type 1 diabetes, screen it like you mean it. Because even if just one person in the family has it, your child is up to 15 times more likely to get it too. Screen it like you mean it. Because type 1 diabetes can develop at any age. And once you get results, you can get prepared for your child's future. So screen it like you mean it. Type 1 starts long before there are symptoms. But one blood test could help you spot it early, before they need insulin, and could lower the risk of serious complications like diabetic ketoacidosis or DKA. Talk to your doctor about how to screen for type 1 diabetes, because the more you know, the more you can do. So don't wait. Tap now or visit screenfortype1.com to learn more. Again, that's screenfortype1.com. Screen it like you mean it.
When making a real estate purchase, partner with an agent who is a realtor. We're experts in what we do, with access to exclusive tools and proprietary market data. We're Realtors, members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Transit is better with an Orca card. Here's why. 1. It's easy. Just tap and pay your way onto Metro and all other public transit around the Sound. 2. Your tap shows us when and where you're riding the most, so Metro can serve you better. And 3. Orca cards are for everyone. 18 and younger now ride free with a free youth Orca card. So what are you waiting for? Get an Orca card. Tap for transit and make your ride count today. Visit kingcounty.gov/tap for transit.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Looking to give the gift of pleasure? Add a little high heat to keep the desire burning. Or maybe you just need a little self-care. Come to Lovers for the best lingerie and toys to keep things hot this holiday. Save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow Rewards. Just mention LOVE20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until November 30th. Some exclusions apply.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't want to get to this story because it just shows me that maybe technology is zooming past me. I don't like it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. People were asking this new poll, okay, you got your appliances. Pick the one appliance that confuses you the most. And you kind of touched upon something earlier this week, Steve, where you were talking about how your buddy does all this cool stuff with his new smart oven.
He's got a smart oven, and it was just like, I didn't even know I didn't even know we needed our ovens to be any smarter. I thought they got as smart as they possibly could, but nope, I was way wrong, and they sound awesome. I couldn't afford one, but they sound pretty cool, the smart ovens. But
yeah, we just got a new oven, and I don't know if our oven's as smart as his, but we just got a new LG oven. And Joey D's, I'm going to need your help because I cannot make it. I'm not smart enough to be on its level of smartness.
Why do you even have an oven? All you do is microwave food.
That's true.
It's not for me. It's for J-Rubs, Joey D's, and Kathy when they're up because they're the cooks of the family.
It's their problem then to figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
But I want to, when technology's my thing, though, that's why I was like, this is what I will add to the table. I will get you the smartest oven ever, and I can't even hook it up to the internet. That's how dumb I am. I can't get it to talk to my internet.
My appliance, it's a no-brainer for me. It's the dishwasher.
Oh.
I have no idea how our dishwasher in our house works. I've never used it. I've never touched it. I hand wash everything, and it's just like, if my wife said, hey, can you throw some dishes in the dishwasher? I can open up the dishwasher. That's about as far as it's going to get. It
is confusing, and I sometimes have to go, well, I think this is the button that's kind of like my button on my dishwasher at home. Because you're right. You open it up, and right across that entire lip is just all of these icons and these symbols. And you're like, which one says, please clean everything without flooding my house?
Yeah, I don't even know where the buttons are. I have no idea what's going on in it. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I really have it's like a need to know thing. I don't need to know it. So why am I even going to waste my time?
Never use it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You guys are amazing, because for me, the dishwasher is the appliance that I probably, outside of the fridge, use the most.
Same here. Yeah, we use the dishwasher pretty much every day.
We use it every once in a while just so we can make sure it still works.
Oh, okay.
You know what? That's a smart idea. You guys, you know what? You know what? You guys, this not number 2 on the list of the most confusing appliance for people is the dishwasher.
Yeah.
So it's not number 1.
But see, I say that, but also, as much as I use the washing machine all the time, I only really know 2 of the settings. I mean, there's all these different. My wife's like, "Did you put it in the bedding section setting?" I'm like, "No, I just turned it on and put some detergent in and let it go." She's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do it with that one. You got to do it with this one." And I'm like, "It's clean. That's all that matters, right?"
I'm with you. Because when I moved here 20 years ago, we had a washer and dryer in the house we rented that we ended up buying. And that thing lasted, and it was there before we got there. So I'm thinking that was at least a good 25, 30 years of that washer dryer set. And eventually the dryer went first. That wasn't such a big deal. I could figure that out. But then we had to get a new washer.
And I'm like, dryer, man. It's got all these buttons, BJ, and it's like, I don't even I turn it on,
just blow,
and hit a button, and then it's like whatever the setting in the first thing that turns on when I hit the power button, that's the setting I'm using.
Yeah, and currently my washing machine, it goes, you can put anything in here, and it's cool because it doesn't have. Remember the old washing machines had that like big tube down the middle, the big post.
Yes,
and they don't have them anymore. At least not mine.
No.
It's pretty awesome. So I'm like, this is great. I could throw a blanket in here, and then it just doesn't stop. It continues to get locked on spin, and rinse, and then when I shut it off, the thing is not like it's massively like a block of water. And
yes.
It's because it's
I know
not
what
spun
you're talking
up.
about. Yeah,
and I'm like,
to which then I turn it back on and start it over again.
Dude, do you know? And I figured, wait a second, my old washing machine had a just spin cycle. You could just put it on spin. I knew how to do that. I go, so this newfangled one must have something.
Yeah, but my washing machine has that spin cycle. It says spin with no water. And then I go to that setting, and what comes out? Water.
Oh, that's BS.
I'm like, you just lied to me.
Oh, that's not cool,
I'm never
dude.
using you again. Back to the original setting.
I had to press a bunch of buttons to find that they spin with no water. Like, they make you go through a whole menu. And I didn't know that. I'm like, what? And so oh, man.
I miss the old days of when you just turn it on, and you have one setting.
Yeah, so the washer, I'm trying to see where it came in. Washing machine was the most confusing appliance. So congratulations, Steve. You and I are not the dumb ones.
So it said, do you guys not read the instructions that are included with the appliances? It's not that hard.
No.
Yeah, I've never once read the instructions.
That's what YouTube's
as you
for.
can tell.
Yeah. Well, that and like for the most part for me, like my most confusing one is our air fryer, but it's because we got this new like fancy air fryer that also like roasts and bakes and does all this stuff. Yeah, and so my girlfriend is the one that uses it. Like she read all the instructions. She knows how to make it, and I'm like, I don't need to figure this out. And I've told her many times, like, that's your appliance. I'm not going to deal with that.
I've had that happen where my wife's like, can you just throw it in the air fryer for like 12 minutes? I'm like, or whatever, 15 minutes. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I set it, forget it. Because it's an air fryer. I don't know. So I went outside. I was doing some stuff. I came back in. I'm like, oh, cool. It's all done. And I opened it up, and it was like, I realized I set it for 15 seconds.
That was was that a crisp.
It was frozen
That
still.
was a great crisp.
I was like,
Yeah.
Well, dinner's going to be a little late, babe.
That texter, I'm going to tell you this, Steve, I'm not going to let that texter shame you because
nobody reads the instructions to an appliance, do they?
That's the average thing. A lot of folks that design stuff, really smart people, they think everybody's like them, but the average human being wants to pick up something and look at it and go, I can figure out how to use it, which is why the iPhone has been so popular, why Apple products are so popular, because you literally can open it and start using it without having to have a degree from MIT. And that's the problem with a lot of these things. You know, the engineers know how they work, but it's like, dude, you're a super smart guy. Not everybody in the world's super smart guy. So how does regular Ricky figure out how to work this?
You do notice that on some of these instruction manuals, they'll give you like the instruction, like one sheeter for the dummies that don't want to read the whole thing. Just kind of to get you through
that's me,
it.
Baby.
It's like, here's enough for you to know so you could do it, but you really should read the rest. I'm like, okay, thanks for just the enough I need to know because that's all I want.
Or there's some that'll include like a QR code that you scan and it'll take you to a video.
Now that's cool.
Brilliant. Everything needs to have that.
I do love that, Vicky. I'm video guy. That's how I like to learn everything. So the good news is pretty much everything you need to know, somebody does have a YouTube video about, which is nice.
Most of the companies too, which is the best part. So, because more often than not, because everything we get for Tatum needs to be put together, and some of these things I'm like a wagon that we got, and I was just like, I looked at the instructions and it felt like I was reading an IKEA instruction manual where I'm like, oh my gosh, this my brain hurts just looking at this. So I looked it up on YouTube and it was like 2 minutes long, step by step, crushed it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so much nicer.
I made a mistake. The dishwasher is actually number 3. The microwave oven is number 2 on this list.
Sometimes.
Let me just say this. I want to say this to me, anybody that designs a microwave, that you can't go, here's the number I want to cook for. Here's the cook time power. If it doesn't work that way, you should be sent to A-hole Island. Because
I've yet to encounter a microwave that doesn't have the ability to set a time and go.
Dude, if you go like 100, some of them go, oh, that's the power you want. It's like, no, what do you mean? I just want to hit a number, and it's like some of the microwaves I've seen over the years, they are like that, and I don't know why they designed them like that. Well, they should all be just enter a number, and then if I want to do something fancy, I can do something fancy later.
See, I've never dealt with the power level. What I've dealt with before is like a lot of the times 1 through 6 on a microwave, they just audit, like if you press, they're like the quick cooks. So if you press 2, it'll go to 2 minutes immediately, as opposed to like if you have to press cook first and then 2:30 if you want.
See,
2
Steve,
minutes and 30 seconds.
That's Danny's talking about what I'm talking about. They should be illegal.
Same with a washing machine, man. I just use it. Just give me a time, and I don't worry about the amount of power I'm giving this thing. It's just like, but I say all that, man. I could not figure out how to change the time on the microwave in our kitchen here at the station, and I'm like, every morning it was off by like 6 minutes. So I'm like, when everything's based on time with us, like you got X amount of minutes before we come back on the air, and I'm like always looking at that thing, and I'm like, dude, there was no button that would let you change the clocks on that thing, and then when the daylight savings and all that. Luckily, shout out to our engineer. I don't know how they figured it out. Probably 'cause they're smart.
I would hope that the guy that's in charge of this gigantic audio distribution system could figure that out. I mean, that's nice to give him a shout out, but he better know how to figure out the microwave.
It was like that for months, so clearly I'm not the only one that was having issues with this.
Or nobody else cared?
That's really what it is. Nobody. People go, I got a phone. I know what time it is all the time. But I'm with you, Steve. That would irritate me.
I think there's no
time.
button. Like I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, usually it has like a time set button.
Now I don't have a smart.
I bet if I read the manual, I could figure it out.
Or found a video on YouTube.
That too. I didn't get that crazy.
And I know that there are smart fridges out there because fridges are on the list of people saying, like I can't handle a fridge. But it must be the smart fridges. I mean, I got people that have you knock on the glass and you can see what's in the fridge.
I got one of those. It's cool.
Oh, that's you. All right, yeah.
It's awesome.
So is it a smart fridge or do you not even know?
I don't know. It's smarter than me. I know that much.
It probably is. It has to be. But you probably just don't use it for that.
I don't think. How is it going to be smart? Like
you can check it with your iPhone.
No, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, those ones are cool because then you're supposed to be able to check them from the grocery store to see, like, oh, do I have milk? Oh, yeah, I can go inside and check it out.
Yeah, ours doesn't do that. It's like the poor man's knock on the door thing. It's like it was on sale. It's cheaper than like the regular
poor man's
one.
knock on the door. You knock on the door and it says "Open me," and then that's how you can see what goes on.
It just goes, "There's drinks in here, idiot."
Yeah.
Do you really need to have a light turned on?
It'd be great if you got like a stand-up comedic one where you just knock on it. Knock, knock. Who's there?
All right, here's.
You know what the funny part is? Last time I used that damn knock thing on that thing was when we first got it just because I thought it was funny and cool. But ever since then, never once have I ever thought I should see what's in there. I just opened up the stupid door and there it is.
And you paid for that.
Well, that's what I mean, though. It was cheaper than one of the ones that didn't have one in the knock.
Really?
It was on sale. That's why we got it.
Oh, good call then. Yeah. I know. I've often wondered, like in the stove, I get it. We have a knock stove, a knock where the light comes on the oven. Now, I think that's practical. Then you can just sort of knock and see how your thing's doing. I think that's cool. because you got to turn a light on anyway. But the fridge, I was just like you. I guess you save you save electricity and save the environment, not having to open it all the time. But
See, I don't think it's just people being confused with smart fridges. Like, I changed the water filter like a grown-ass adult, I guess, and it still says I need to change my water filter.
Oh, ours has been doing that forever.
And I'm like, I put a new one in. Why are you saying I need a new one?
I know. You know why? Because it's not that smart. They want you to hold a button until that light goes off.
Yeah. And I did. And it didn't work.
Oh,
so.
That didn't work either?
So I just, I'm like, it's a new one. I'll just keep tracking. Like, a
they
few
want
months,
you
I'll
to
put a new one
sing.
in.
You have to sing, please shut off light, and then hold the button.
Yeah, my wife's like, we got to get a new filter for that. I'm like, why? And she's like, well, we need to
Why? Do you know?
Tell me, why do I need it when we have a filtered water pitcher and our ice machine is how we get our ice? We don't use the ice out of the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
So what other instance do I need to use filtered water? with my refrigerator?
Okay. I thought you were using it, asking why do I have to change it? Okay, if you don't want to use it at all, that makes sense.
No, let them have that little red light thing going up all they want. I'm not changing it.
Oh yeah, that makes because you're not using the water filter.
Yeah.
But it will go wicked slow if you don't change it.
Or just drink tap water. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
At that point, Steve, just go out in the backyard and just suck on the grass.
I was going to say the hose water. Hose water surprisingly tastes good. It tastes like childhood.
I don't even want to.
No?
We're not endorsing any
Who
of
are
these
these
people.
hoes and who are they giving you water?
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
I got botulism listening to BJ Migs. I hate those people.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to us.
Is anybody confused by the coffee maker? Because that's a thing that's on the list, and I have to raise my hand to that because some of these new coffee makers,
a bunch
I'm like,
of buttons. I hit brew and I'm good.
Yeah, in terms of just actually brewing coffee, no. But like you got the smart ones now where you have to clean them. They have the smart clean and the descaling and stuff like that.
But even then, they tell you when to do it.
I never know how to descale. It's like they want you to buy this kind of vinegar that you can only get in Paraguay. It's like, why? I mean, Jesus, that's Steve,
weird. Are you talking about distilled vinegar, BJ?
I don't know what it wants, but it's just like, why do I need this special thing to work this device? Why is it that you don't make dear Keurig, why don't you have Keurig cups of the stuff in it that needs to clean my thing? Like you have that would be that's
Dude,
what I would.
You should Shark Tank that, baby.
Maybe I should.
That's your thing.
Man, instead I gotta, it's like you need a special kind of vinegar, and also you gotta sing, and Vicky better reset her filter before, or otherwise your coffee maker won't work.
But just lie and say your last name's Strokes, and it could be like Mr. Strokes vinegar cups, and then.
And I guess they do sell them, by the way.
They do have
they do descaler cups and stuff.
What? I never knew this.
Did you ever put any effort to find out?
Probably not.
Well, I mean,
or just yell it into the clouds and hope the clouds would respond with an Amazon.
Don't you think that they would put it on their own? Like everybody tries to sell you something. Why wouldn't Keurig go, don't forget to descale your thing? And by the way, you can get the descalers at Keurig. Because that's what my refrigerator does. It's always trying to hawk me to buy their filters.
There's even the Keurig brand one,
Yeah, there is. They hawk them all the time.
It's not on the instruction manual because I would have been doing that. Damn it.
Yeah, apparently all these people are texting. Yeah, they do make cleaner K-cups.
God, I can't stand it.
There goes our $1 million idea again, BJ.
Son of a bee, Steve. We're always late.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
It's time to talk about Felix, the pet insurance brand made just for cats. Starting at under $1 a day, you can get whisker-to-tail protection with a plan as unique as your cat. Sorry, dogs. This customizable coverage is exclusively for feline friends. Learn more at FelixCatInsurance.com. That's FelixCatInsurance.com. Get it? Meow.
Insurance is underwritten by Independence American Insurance Company and produced by Independence Pet Group. Pre-existing conditions are not covered. Visit FelixCatInsurance.com/terms for all terms and limitations.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a cool chat going on Reddit where a user asked guys to name things women do that have always baffled them.
All right.
And look, you could easily ask women the same thing, and it would be an awesome list, too.
Do we dare bring your daughter in to see if she's guilty of any of these? And also, I'm curious to see if our significant others are... Yeah, because you're right. There could be a whole Reddit thread about the things that women are baffled by what their dudes do.
Yeah.
Here's the sad thing.
What?
I have a feeling that many of the things on this list, I am going to be the guy that would baffle other guys.
Okay.
I'm going to put that out there, too, for myself. Like, I feel like probably I'm going to feel the same way.
So do you think you're going to be on this list?
Yes.
My wife constantly praises things that I do for her to friends that we just meet. And I look at her and I go, can you not tell them that?
I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm not on it. I'm on the majority of it.
I am very confident that you are not part of any of this.
Okay, good.
Probably true, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not about, I'm dude's dude. It's just,
Santa Claus dude's dude.
He's Tim Allen, of course.
Thank you.
Yes, which he is Santa Claus.
He's Santa and he's Tim Taylor.
Yeah.
Right?
Tim the Toolman.
Yeah, I don't know what happened then, but you just turned you turned Santa into a toxic male, basically. With that, ho ho ho! I'm a man's man.
Well, I don't know.
All right, well there you go.
I get it, man. I'm tracking.
Yeah, North Pole improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So here are things that women do that have baffled guys, and the guys are the ones doing this list.
Okay.
All right. Decorative pillows.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I understand that one.
Yeah, why does a bed with 2 people need 8 pillows, and why does a couch for 4 also need 8 pillows?
My wife's not too over the top with this, but the bedroom bed I don't understand because I make it a lot, obviously on the weekends, and it's just like such a process. And then she always corrects it and like, oh, you have it in the wrong direction. And I'm like, we have the 2 pillows we sleep on, and then there's 3 more. Or 4 more.
4 more.
I think 3 or 4 more. I can't remember now. But I'm just like, what are these pillows even here for? And then if Tatum tries to crawl on the bed, she's like, don't climb on the bed. The bed's made with all the nice pillows. I'm like, what are we using these pillows for?
Yeah, I know it's so decorative, and I don't show people my bedroom, so I'm like, I don't think you should even be in here anyway. So who cares what it looks like?
Even your wife doesn't see your bedroom. It's good.
Hey yo!
Wow, that's a marriage.
You have a lot of
when he's lying.
Yeah, right. You have a lot of decorative pillows on the couches.
That's a different story. I'm 100% behind those.
Why? Why
do you need that many pillows?
Oh, dude.
We literally have like 8 or 10 pillows on one couch.
What?
Yeah.
And that wasn't your doing.
No.
First of all,
we
none
have
of this
6.
is her doing because it's not her friggin' house.
We have 6. And when I sit,
Damn.
I mean, seriously, look at Danny talking to Sarah like it's your
her house. She pays rent.
No, I mean it really is her house.
Downstairs you have a skillion pillows, which are all of your your Grogu pillows
That's the thing.
and your Pokemon pillow or whatever.
I think once I actually become a real adult, I'll get decorative pillows. But right now, I just have like a bunch of squishmallows.
When does that happen? When you're like 40?
I don't know. I don't know if ever, honestly.
Are those still decorative pillows, though? You can't be. I mean, mine are adult pillows.
I have 2 pillows with my face on it.
What kind of adult pillows? I mean, I know when I was going through puberty, I had a couple adult pillows too.
And my favorite thing, and this is probably baffling, because then you get to switch them out for the holidays. Like you have you get the spring, the summer,
So
then you
have
get the holiday.
You have pillows in storage?
Yes, he does. In a big garbage bags. And he brings them out depending on the
spring,
season.
you get your spring and fall. You get your summer, spring, and you get your fall, winter pillows.
It's bizarre.
We have there's 6 on our couch, and as soon as I sit in my spot on the couch, I take the 3 pillows that are right next to mine and I drop them on the floor.
Yeah,
because they're in the way.
Do you get in trouble?
I'm good about where I drop them.
Okay.
I don't just fling them. But at first, yes, because it was just like, what are you doing? Like, why are the pillows on the floor? I'm like, well, because they're in my way. She's like, can't you lie next to them? I'm like, no, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, they're not comfortable pillows.
No.
By any means. They're some of them are even scratchy and hard.
Oh, yeah, they're decorative. I mean, if you want to lean on them, that's the other thing is I buy the ones that I know some people don't care, but some people might sit on, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Because then that's the last thing you want to do is go, dude, what are you doing? Don't be near those pillows.
Because on our old couch, my wife would get mad at me because I drooled on one of the pillows. She's like, how did you drool on it? I'm like, I fell asleep on the couch and I used the pillow for my head.
Yeah,
She's like, those aren't meant for sleeping on. I'm like, well, then why are they here?
Yeah, they're decorative. Yeah, you really, you know what, you failed that.
Yeah, we had to get rid of those pillows because it was she couldn't get the drool.
It was stained.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
That's pretty much
like a satin pillow too.
Oh no, satin!
Oh yeah, you can't get drool.
It was adjacent to satin. I don't even know if it was satin or not, but it was that fancy.
You can't get drool out of that.
No.
Yeah, so that is a big thing on this list of things that women do that men are baffled by. How about this one? This one has not happened to me, and I don't think I've done this to anybody. Being mad about something that they did in your dream last night.
Oh no!
I had an ex that one time got mad at me, and that didn't go well because I said, well, fall back asleep, and take it up with Sleep Steve. Because Wait Steve didn't do it.
I am guilty of this.
Are you?
I am like your ex, Steve. Yeah.
Well,
but
J-Rub cheated on me in my dream. I'm like, I didn't in real life. What do you want from me?
Yeah. I say my dream self of you, J-Rubs, was naughty last night. But I do the same thing when I have a dream where I was out of line. So I'm like, ooh, babe, you should be mad at me because my dream. Yeah, so it goes both ways.
Why would you tell him you had a dream about banging somebody else? What makes you think that's a good idea?
I don't know, because I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad about it. I feel weird about it.
I don't think we want to know that
So
at
I'm like,
all.
I had a nightmare last night, babe.
I had a nightmare that I banged that sexy dude that you see me eyeing once in a while.
I had a really, really hot nightmare.
That's how,
Your mother's supposed to teach you these things. I want to have a conversation with your mother because you just don't tell
But it is weird when you have you never had a dream about someone else and then you wake up and you feel weird about it?
I never say anything to your mother. I never tell your mother about the dreams I have about other women. That never can go well.
For like a half a second, I realized, well, that was weird. And then I move on.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, J-Rubs has never told me a dream that he's had about another woman.
Yeah, you don't do that. Every person knows that.
It probably wouldn't go very well.
Unless I say, hey, honey, I had a dream about that woman over there. Yeah, I hit her with my car, so you don't have to worry about her.
We good.
That's the only thing you should tell your significant other about anybody that you're dreaming about.
Well, I will say J-Rubs has never been upset about my dreams.
That you know of.
Yeah, that he's expressed to me.
He's going to bring it up in the vows in March.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive that J-Rubs doesn't care.
No, I know.
Yeah, so you guys wouldn't care, and you guys probably are smart that you guys don't tell your significant others.
Don't say anything about you dreaming about any other beings, man. I mean,
I just say my dream self was naughty.
Okay.
Is that how you say
bad.
it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That doesn't help the case.
No,
and
it
then
really
I say,
doesn't.
babe, you were so naughty in my dream last night. What the hell?
And then you have to be like, well, was it a good naughty or a bad naughty?
No, it's totally.
How did it end up?
How about this one? The obsession with popping pimples.
Oh, that's me. I love that obsession.
That's my wife.
Wait, you like to pop
Not
pimples?
me.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, I hate. Oh, that's so disgusting.
Ever since I was like 16, 16 was a banner year for me because it was like the acne medicine wasn't working yet, so I had so many pimples to pop. It was so exciting.
Yeah, no, man.
I'm a man that's baffled by this.
And my wife will she'll be excited like a blackhead or a pimple, and she's like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like she gets even it's just. I'm like, I don't even want to no, don't touch them. Don't get away from me. And
the satisfaction of popping a pimple is the best thing you.
But dude, there's a television show that's successful.
That's
so clearly you're not in the minority.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's got to be sort of a caveman thing where it's just like grooming. I don't know, what it is because it's in a lot of people's DNAs to want to do it.
Yeah, why can't we make a show like Doctor I'm Not Popping Pimples?
Yeah, that's a great show.
It's just the doctor that sits there.
It's just a doctor that goes, get out of my office with those
Someone
things.
comes in with a pimple and goes, that's gnarly. Get out.
But you know what? Here's a woman that needs a new chest. We'll bring her in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about this one? Casually taking forever to get ready, then acting like everyone else should rush once you are ready.
Oh, no. My wife is pretty buttoned up. She's got a whole process. She's good. She's got so much time and she's ready forever. I think I annoy her. Well, I know I annoy her because I'll be jumping in the shower. She's like, we have to leave in 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, why are you getting in the shower now? I'm like, shower's going to take me about 6-7 minutes. Then they're going to get dressed. I'll still have about 3 minutes to spare. And she's like, well, how can you do that? And sure as ass, within 3 to 1 minutes to spare, I come down fully dressed. I'm ready to go. And she's like, how? How is that even possible?
I'm so jealous.
Well, you don't have hair. That's one thing.
That's a really good point. And your wife does have hair, and you know what?
Yes.
She's got great hair, and it takes a little bit to make sure it's cool.
And I have 4 things I pick from if I have to get dressed.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to spend the entire day in front of the mirror going, does this look good? Does this look good?
I could see
when you have black T-shirts, pretty much they're all going to look good.
I could see you being that person, Sarah, who gets first off takes forever, and then secondly gets angry when they're not ready to go.
Oh, I definitely get upset when he's not ready to go when I want to go. For sure. I'm pretty good. I have a lot of friends, though, who are terrible at their time management and terrible at, they think getting ready will take them a half hour, even though it takes them 2 hours, So I'm waiting for them a lot.
2 hours?
Yes, and they don't even look that good.
Yes.
I expect if you take that long, you should look like a supermodel.
Well, just imagine what they would look like if they didn't take that long.
That's the problem.
That's fair.
Probably similar to what they take when they take that long.
I mean, Dan, you got spackling that has to be done. There's just so much that goes on.
Just use the eyeliner. That goes quick.
It doesn't bother me, but it does baffle me. It's my wife will be picking out an outfit. She's like, what do you think? I'm like, that looks amazing. And I'm like, cool, see you downstairs. 10 minutes goes by and she comes down and she's wearing something completely different. I'm like, so my opinion really didn't matter.
Oh, it did.
Matters.
She wants to make sure she knows what not to wear. So let me ask him what he likes, then I won't wear that.
Or she'll say, your answer was a little bit off, like, so I wasn't really sure. Because that's what happened to my girlfriend. She's like, do you think this looks good? I'm like, yeah, it looks great. And she's like, I don't like the way you said that. And I'm like, all right, then go change. Why are you asking my opinion then?
Baffling.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this one? The conversation where he says, what's wrong? And she says nothing. And of course, there's a whole lot wrong. That baffles dudes. They go, why wouldn't you say what's ever wrong? Why can't you just tell me what I did that pissed you off? Never happens.
Well, what fun is that? You got to pry it, BJ.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you guys can't handle it. Like if
eventually it's going to come out.
If I'm irked with a dream, but I shouldn't be telling you guys my dream, so I just say nothing.
See, now here's the thing. There's that. But I think there's she knows exactly what the hell is wrong, but's pissed that you don't know what you did wrong. I think that's the baffling thing where you have that type of situation. What's wrong? Nothing. But you know there's something wrong, and it's like, you should know what you did. It's like, if I did, I wouldn't be sitting here like an idiot asking you what's wrong. Believe me.
Sometimes we have to tell you guys over and over and over again to do the same thing.
If we weren't morons, we wouldn't be in this loop of ridiculousness.
It's true.
You know, I'm 100% behind that one. I think the people just have to know. Tell people what's wrong. Just tell them, because he's
right.
Look, there are dopes in a relationship. It's not always a guy, but a lot of times it is.
Yeah. So I was thinking, what's wrong? I go, everything.
Oh.
And then she's like, well, what does that mean? I'm like, figure it out. And I walk away. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that.
You know what?
I'm gonna try that,
that's
Steve.
the secret to Steve's great relationship. Never one argument, because he just goes, look, you've done everything wrong, so don't worry about it.
It's been a life of disappointment.
Let's be honest. I mean, look, I've learned to live with the fact that you could never do anything right. So you know what? The bar is low. You have a good life ahead.
What's wrong? Where do you want me to start?
I have a list. Do you have time? Wait, hold on. I got a whiteboard in the garage.
I want to do that now, because a lot of times she's like, what's wrong? And there's really nothing wrong. And she's like, well, what do you think about? And I'll be thinking about, like, why haven't we had a new season of the Smurfs or something dumb? And I'm like, well, you don't want to know what I'm thinking, because it's not really anything good.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
This holiday season, make your journey memorable with Travel Centers of America. Visit our one-stop shop for all your holiday travel needs. Fuel up, get snacks, and dine at one of our full-service restaurants. Hit the road with peace of mind knowing we've got you covered. Travel Centers of America.
Getting older means a world of change, but some things still stay the same, like being at risk for type 1 diabetes, because type 1 can happen at any age. So screen it like you mean it. If just one person in your family has type 1, you're up to 15 times more likely to get it too. And 50% of type 1 diagnoses happen after the age of 18. So screen it like you mean it. Type 1 diabetes starts long before you need insulin, and one blood test could help you spot it early and lower the risk of serious complications like diabetic ketoacidosis, known as DKA. So don't get caught by surprise. Screen it like you mean it, because getting answers now can help you get prepared. The more you know, the more you can do. So don't wait. Talk to a doctor about how to get screened. Tap now or visit screenfortype1.com to learn more. Again, that's screenfortype1.com, and screen it like you mean it.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Transit is better with an Orca card. Here's why. 1. It's easy. Just tap and pay your way onto Metro and all other public transit around the Sound. 2. Your tap shows us when and where you're riding the most, so Metro can serve you better. And 3. Orca cards are for everyone. 18 and younger now ride free with a free youth Orca card. So what are you waiting for? Get an Orca card, tap for transit, and make your ride count today. Visit kingcounty.gov/tap for transit.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com. Looking to give the gift of pleasure? Add a little high heat to keep the desire burning. Or maybe you just need a little self-care. Come to Lovers for the best lingerie and toys to keep things hot this holiday. Save 20% on your purchase with Lovers Afterglow Rewards. Just mention Love20 at one of our 18 Western Washington locations. Offer valid with free Lovers Afterglow Rewards membership until November 30th. Some exclusions apply.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Friday, November 17th. Put it on your calendar. And 7 p.m. That's right. 7 p.m. for Live Day because we're going to prom night.
Can't wait.
Join all of us from KISW. We'll be at the Snoqualmie Casino. And yeah, we are going to be doing it live.
Music's going to be done live, BJ. The sound effects will be done live. Of course, the commercials. And then we're going to be dressed up in our favorite prom garb, whatever that means to you. But please show up in your favorite prom attire because we're picking a prom king and a prom queen.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. And again, it's a Friday night, so you can do Live Day with us and not have to worry about missing work. Next day's a Saturday, so you probably don't have to work. How cool is that all going to be? You want tickets to Live Day, Friday, November 17th at 7 p.m. at Snoqualmie Casino? Go to snocasino.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game. He's smarter than you. He'll make you look lame. 60 seconds on the clock. You're going down and I'm gonna rock. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I sure am, because we made it. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Hey, Danny's jumping.
Woo.
We made it through another week, you guys, and on to the weekend. Anyway, let's get to our contestant. Today we have Dylan from Centralia. Dylan, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Dylan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yep.
What California basketball team was originally located in Minnesota?
Golden State Warriors.
No.
Clippers.
No.
Lakers.
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Lakers.
nice work.
What university was founded by Benjamin Franklin?
Pass.
Which popular coffee drink is named after hooded monks?
Macchiato.
No.
Americano.
No.
Latte.
No. The original Pac-Man came out in what decade?
60s.
No.
70s.
No.
80s.
Yes. Oyster, cremini, and porcini are all types of what food item?
Mushroom.
Yes. What comedian plays Sir Smoke-A-Lot in the comedy Half Baked?
Sir Smoke-A-Lot and Half Baked. Dave Chappelle.
Yes. What country is home to the largest roller coaster?
Australia.
No. You get 4 correct,
All right,
Dylan.
That's going to be interesting to see how Steve does with these.
Oh, you don't think he's going to do that well?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, it could go either way. I kind of think Steve is going to pull it out, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
All right.
Wow.
I mean, is Bowie here?
Coming? Is that what's happening?
J-Rubs is Bowie's man, okay, Steve?
Ah, dang it.
Are you ready? Yes. What California basketball team was originally located in Minnesota?
That would be the Lakers.
Yes. What university was founded by Benjamin Franklin?
I'm going to go Yale.
No.
Harvard.
No.
Princeton.
No. Which popular coffee drink
SUNY
is named
Plattsburgh.
after hooded monks? No.
Wow.
What's that?
Which popular coffee drink is named after hooded monks?
Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
Folgers?
No.
Maxwell House?
No. The original Pac-Man came out in what decade?
The 70s.
No.
80s.
Yes. Oyster, cremini, and porcini are all types of what food item?
Mushrooms.
Yes. What comedian plays Sir Smoke-A-Lot in the comedy Half Baked?
I'm going to... Oh, crap. Was it Snoop Dogg?
No.
Sir Smokes a Lot. Willie Nelson?
No.
Stephen Wright?
No. What country is home to the largest roller coaster?
What?
What country is home to the largest roller coaster?
America.
No.
France.
No.
China.
No.
Oh, boy.
What word meaning loss of memory comes from the Greek for
Amnesia.
forgetful? Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Which car company produced a model named the Celiac? Celica.
Toyota.
Yes.
Celiac. I was tracking.
Even with me mispronouncing it, you get it correct, which is 5, which is a win,
Oh,
barely.
you lucky son of a bee. Sorry, Dylan.
5-4.
Dang.
Yeah, close, buddy. Try again, though, man. I mean, you
Good
played
game.
Played admirably.
I'm the best. I'm the best.
Does anyone know the university that was founded by Benjamin Franklin?
Franklin University?
Maybe it's not. No. University of Pennsylvania?
Oh, you know what? I should have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old UPenn. I don't even know if that's what they call themselves.
They should. Which popular coffee drink is named after hooded monks?
Is it espresso?
I think you were a little confused.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. You
A
think you're-
latte?
No.
Espresso?
No. God, you guys have named like every other.
Americano?
Cappuccino.
There we-
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Not a frappuccino?
Not a frappuccino, but a cappuccino.
Oh, I totally forgot cappuccino. For some reason, my brain thought that was already guessed.
I thought it was the don't talk a latte. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Lady.
Dylan got correct. The comedian that plays Sir Smoke-A-Lot in Half Baked is Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of it. It's
Hold
one of my
on a second,
favorite
me.
movies.
Yeah.
And Stephen Wright's in Half Baked.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's sleeping on the
Oh,
couch.
you know what? I'm thinking of a different movie then. I am totally thinking of a different movie.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's like the main
Oh, I'm
dude in
thinking
this
of
one.
Pineapple Express.
Oh.
That's why I laughed at you. I'm like, he wasn't in that movie. Oh, that's why. Oh, Half Baked is the older movie.
Yeah, with Jim
Oh,
Brewer.
Yes.
Yeah, Stephen Wright's the guy on the couch.
You're right, dude.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, well, you know what? I owe you an apology.
Although I should just guess Dave Chappelle. He's like the main guy in it.
Yeah, exactly. And anyone know the country home to the largest roller coaster?
The country the largest roller coaster?
Canada?
I would. Did you already say America?
Yeah.
Russia.
Japan.
Oh, I should have guessed Japan. Japan has a lot of cool stuff, sure.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Steve.
Isn't that their slogan? Welcome to Japan. We have a lot of cool stuff.
Should be. Really should be. All right. We got a poll that found the most common passive-aggressive things that we do at work. And, okay, it's interesting. I never thought about some of these things as being passive-aggressive, but I guess it makes sense that it is.
Sometimes I'm not even sure if I know what the true definition of passive-aggressive is. Because sometimes someone will be like, oh, that person's being passive-aggressive. I'm like, I didn't even notice them being passive or aggressive. I just thought they were just being just whatever.
I'm an aggressive person for the most part. So that's why, I mean, which is kind of redundant, but I guess that's the idea, is that if you're overtly aggressive, you're not being passive at all. You know, people pretty much go, "Oh, that guy's being mean to me."
You're more like a passive aggressive. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad a lot of people didn't rush to my defense on that one. Yeah, thanks, guys.
No, everyone nodded in approval.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Well, the number one thing on the list is probably what you're doing about it right now, Steve. You're gossiping. Except you're not talking behind my back. You're saying it right to my face.
Right. Is it gossip?
Yeah, so gossiping and talking behind people's backs. I guess I forget that's passive-aggressive.
Yeah, because they don't know about it. And that's a way to like vent your frustration.
But you know what's funny is I just view that as being a gossiper.
Yeah,
I'm not like if I walked into the kitchen, you guys are like talking about Joe.
Yeah,
I'm like, guys, you're being passive aggressive. I'd be like, oh, you guys are really gossiping about Joe.
Oh yeah,
I get it. Like, you know, he has a weird way of hitting on girls. But you can tell him to his face. He'll agree.
Yeah,
that's not gossip anymore either.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much open knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm okay with gossip if it's about a coworker that I don't really care. I know it sounds terrible because it doesn't really it doesn't change anything for me. Like, it's just I think it's a fun story if someone's got like a crazy story about a coworker that they did something terrible or stupid. I'm just like, oh, that's hilarious. Whereas if it was like something about like someone I'm close to at work and a close acquaintance or a friend, then I'm like, I don't want to hear that, man. That's not cool.
Ah, okay. So you don't mind hearing juicy stories as long as you have no idea who they're about.
Yes,
much. Like you don't know the person,
right? If I have no I have no stake in the game.
So I guess for you, that's just gossip as opposed to passive-aggressive gossip.
Do you think gossiping is passive-aggressive, though?
I don't know. According to this list, yeah, it's the number one thing, but I'm with you. I didn't think of it that way.
I mean, from, like, once again, just the very, like, simple view of, like, you're doing it to complain about somebody that you don't like, but you don't actually tell them about it.
Yeah.
So it's passive in that way, but I don't view it as that either.
No, that makes sense. When you spell it out like that, I can understand why I'd be put on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you want to do if you're going to complain about somebody is you want to go to the boss and complain about that person to your boss. That's the best thing to do. And also, number 2 on the list is complaint and resentment. Pretty much if your coworker was a jerk last week, somebody by the name of Danny, you would go to your boss and say, look, Danny has got he's a jerk. He's got braces and he tries to get me to be fatter than I am.
Wow.
And I don't like him.
That's the 2 things that bother you about Danny?
That's what the braces and and actually, it was just the one thing, but today it's the braces. It's now 2 things I'm complaining to the boss.
You're welcome.
You should have thought that through before you agreed to put these braces on your face, Danny.
No, I do everything to troll BJ. I knew it would bug him. So
I thought it was going to be a stretch to go to HR and complain about you, but now I got 2 things.
That's fine.
I'm very excited about it. How about this one? And again, this is at work. Giving people the silent treatment.
Oh, yeah, that's happened to me before.
Really?
Oh,
people just say nothing to you at work?
Well, the best part about
that sums up like 90% of our workplace sometimes. Yeah. Like you get in the elevator and you see a coworker and you smile at them and they look down and I'm like, what the hell? Like what do you think I'm about to do? Like, I'm just saying hello and it just like heads down and I'm just like, all right. I mean, granted, I wasn't wearing a shirt at the time, but
your pants were off. Yeah, we got it.
Pants were still on at that point.
Okay, good.
I hadn't gotten up to the 14th floor yet.
Yeah, see, being shirtless is me. Of course, I revel in that, but the average person doesn't.
See,
like that,
but that's one thing. I don't think that's actually silent treatment.
That's just more awkward.
Yeah,
you're right.
I've literally been on the air with people before who would not talk to me outside of just having the mics on.
That's awesome.
It was like, hey, how you doing? Nothing. And it was like,
wow.
oh, okay.
Just say Sarah's name. It's
she's
fine.
Mad. Oh, well, no. Sarah just yells at me.
I was going to say, Sarah would not do the silent treatment.
Yeah. Boy, I wish there would be a silent treatment every once in a while from Sarah. That doesn't happen.
That's true.
I've had coworkers in the past before, though. Like, it wasn't. I never give them silent treatment, but in my head, I just wanted to be like, just stop talking to me. Like, I don't know you. You're saying weird stuff. I don't want to have this conversation. I'm just trying to pee. Like, get out. Just let me go. Just let me be free.
Yeah, unfortunately that is that's not on the list.
No, I know it's not.
Passive aggressive behavior, somebody bothering you while you pee, should be on the list.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. What do you want to talk about? All right, that's fair. But make sure you follow Steve's rule.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to gong ya. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Brad and SeaTac, you are on the Rock.
How's it going, everybody?
Not too bad, Brad. What you got for us, buddy?
So I'll try and paraphrase this as best I can. It's a 3-part euphoric story. It was I was in the Navy, 1989-ish. I was in a little club back in San Jose. It was an Edgar Winter show, and he had Rick Derringer playing with him. I ended up, it was pretty cool. I ended up in the front row, and so Steve will appreciate this. I'm a drummer, and I was geeking out with the drummer most of the show, and, you know, the first bit of euphoria was his giving me the eye contact and the pointing the stick at me, because I was air drumming, you know, the whole time, and he's just like, yeah. And so that was the first part.
That's cool.
So then, that was very cool. And so then the show goes on, and I'm singing along to the songs, and apparently Edgar noticed that part too, because he, at one point during Free Ride, put the microphone down for me to sing the chorus in. So I'm singing on his microphone during the song, which was euphoric moment number 2.
Yeah, that was pretty. I mean, that was one of his. He had a couple of hits, and that was one of the big ones.
Yeah, for sure. And so then, as the night goes on, the show's over. I'm over by the backstage entrance, hoping to get to meet some of these guys. And this guy comes walking out, and he's got a backstage pass, and he's leaving. And he's like, "Hey, man, you want to go back?" And I'm like, "Well, hell yeah." So he gives me his backstage pass, and I get to go back to the green room. Edgar had already gone back out to his bus, but got to meet Rick Derringer, and the drummer. When I walked backstage, he immediately it's you, and pointed at me.
That's pretty cool.
It was awesome. So awesome.
That's great.
I don't think I know the song Free Ride. How does it go?
Come on and take a free ride.
Yeah,
of course I know that song.
Yeah,
it's a classic.
Yeah. It is a classic, man. Yeah, and Edgar's still with us. His brother Johnny, who was a great guitarist. Johnny's not with us, but they were quite a duo doing their own thing, obviously. But I mean, that was quite a familial music group right there, as far as lots of talent. That's awesome, dude. That's I mean, oh man. You know, when you get to go meet people and it turns out they're cool and they give you a nod, that's nice.
On the flip side, talking about when you meet somebody who you idolize and they're not very cool. We've gotten a few text messages saying, please tell me that you guys found the audio of a young BJ Shea being interviewing his radio idol and being goofed on. I want to hear it.
Yes, and I would like to say this is I think 40 years ago at least.
How old do you think you were then?
42 years ago. I was 20.
Okay.
I think I was 19 or 20 years old. I was in broadcasting school.
I always thought you were a teen for some reason, which makes he's still awful to you, but it's not as awful as I thought when I thought like you were like 16 or 17.
Yeah, I wasn't that young.
Okay.
I think that's probably why he was like, dude, what are you doing?
Okay.
And just to set it up, I was working at TJ Maxx and I got a call on the house phone at TJ Maxx. And they go, hey, and basically my buddy goes, hey, Charles Laquadera's on the phone for you. And I go, yeah, sure he is. And I pick up the phone and, it's this guy going, hey, I heard you want to do an interview. Let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I'm being such a jerk to him. And he's like, dude, do you want to do this interview or not? And I'm realizing, wow, I think this really is Charles Laquadera. And boom, it was. And I got to go do this.
How did you choose radio for your career? Radio is my career. Radio chose me. I was an actor in L.A. needing money, and there was a part-time job opening at a classical station, and I took it, and then the station changed to rock, and I stayed there. And here I am. Okay. You got another one? One more?
Yeah. How did you get involved with radio?
Get out of here with these stupid questions.
Have you worked?
I deserve that. I totally.
You asked like the same
that.
question twice.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I really did.
I like how he answered the question, then there was nothing, and he's like, "Do you have any other questions, or was that it?"
Yeah, dude, I was completely unprepared, and no doubt about it.
And nervous, I bet. It's your
super
radio
nervous.
idol right there.
Super nervous. And there was also a really attractive girl that was doing an interview, and she got all the attention. So I just felt like, God, I don't belong here, and he's going to hate me. And, well, of course, I gave him plenty of reason to.
Yeah, I mean, I think back, if I was like 20 and someone said, hey, you could go interview Howard Stern, of course I'm not going to say no because it's a chance to meet the guy you grew up idolizing. But then when I'm there, I would just be like, I would be tongue-tied.
And that's really what it was. I had a bunch of questions, and I just couldn't. I mean, I was going up and down that sheet like, I don't know what to ask him. I don't know what to ask him. And then I just was like, how'd you get involved in radio? And I was like, it's the same damn question.
Get out of here with that blank.
God, I remember that. I brought back to the panic of, just knowing he didn't want to answer my questions. It was like I was an inconvenience. It's like, you got any questions? What else you got? I'm like, oh no, he hates me.
Also, it doesn't sound like you at all.
No, I was listening to this. I was like, I don't think this is the right audio because that does not.
Sound like BJ.
It was a few years ago. Like I said, like 42 years ago.
It's crazy that your voice can change that much, though.
But it's not like your voice was high pitched. Like sometimes you hear people who have like a higher pitched voice, and then as they get older, it gets deeper. It's just a different voice.
And I've listened to like old audio of you, like when you used to be with Brother Weeze, and you still sound like, even though you have a different voice, you can still hear BJ in there. I can't hear BJ in this at all.
Very untrained, my friend. I was very untrained.
You're raw.
Yeah.
I wasn't speaking from the diaphragm. Is that all you got? Just that
no,
piece?
we got 3 more clips, man.
You got 3 more clips?
Yeah.
Really?
Of course.
Right,
this is radio gold, BJ.
I wish I could say the interview got better. I wish I could say that.
Have you worked in other areas of radio besides announcing, like jockeying? Okay, what's your favorite kind of music?
Disco. I like disco and country. And actually, I like elevator music.
All right, does a person like yourself who has a successful show on a station like this, does he still bother doing head checks of himself?
Do I do interviews with people from Northeast Broadcasting? Yes. Do I do air checks of myself? Yes. To correct my mistakes, I still do. But I don't send out tapes, no.
What tips would you give a up-and-coming broadcasting student?
Before they, first of all, when they go to do interviews, before they go to do the interviews, they should prepare their questions better. Otherwise, they'll be boycotted and blacklisted in the industry. You'll never work here, I guarantee, Bob, after this interview. Okay, what's your next question?
Wow. He's just done with you.
But I wish when he was listening to that, when we had him on for the 10th anniversary show, and we had him
That's
on,
right.
and we played that
this for him.
He was, I mean, he felt horrible. He was like, oh my God.
He said, I was on a lot of coke back in those days.
Yeah.
That was his response.
Amazing.
Right?
Because here's the thing. He doesn't remember me. So to have this piece of audio brought back to your life of you just being what you were, probably not, like he probably forgot it that day and never gave a thought to it ever again in the 30 some odd years. And then all of a sudden here we go, hey, here's something you did. Oh, he felt so bad. He talked about it when I met him at his house. He was just like, dude, I am so sorry. Look, he goes, look, you got a good career. Looks like you did well for yourself. And I was just a jerk to you. And I'm like, hey, man, it was, I mean, look, I was everything you said. I was unprepared. And you know what? You did a couple of jokes. My whole class laughed their asses off. They were dying. It was like, even though it was the worst ever, it was the best presentation. Everybody had to do an interview for their project. Mine got the best response, even though I was so bad. I mean, because I got to land the biggest star in town. Nobody got to do that. And he just wrecked me.
In between lines of coke, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, definitely, dude. It was, he left the room a couple times, and now I know why.
Is your teacher going to correct this?
Oh, yeah, I'm all set now.
Okay.
Let me see here.
And here's one for your teacher. Actually, Bob's a good man. I'm going to answer this next question serious no matter how dumb it is. Go ahead.
All right, what's your favorite sport? you said how dumb it is. You said
I like football. I like to watch football. I used to like baseball until I got dumb.
Frisbee? No.
Bob, you have another question for me?
Yeah, well, it's been said that the entertaining disc jockey.
Who
is
said
dying.
this?
Well, it's consensus.
From who?
From a group of people that evidently make statements like that all day long. What do you feel? What are your feelings about that?
What was the question again? It's been said that.
It's been said that the entertaining disc jockey, such as yourself, is dying, and they just need.
I am. I'm fucking dying. I had herpes. It's dormant now. But I just get over the flu twice in the same month. I just don't think I have much longer to go. I really don't.
That was, I have to say,
It's been
he started
said.
having fun.
He's trolling you.
Yeah,
the
he's
whole
he was trolling me, but he ended up like going from hating me to saying, you know what, I'm going to have a fun time with this idiot and troll him a little bit.
He's like, ask me another question. I don't care how dumb it is. I'll give you a serious answer. And then you ask the question, you can hear that awkward pause where he's like, I did not expect that was going to be the question, though.
Yeah, he was like, and I have to answer it. I said I would.
Yes.
You know, I don't know.
Do you
what
like
it
sports? Whatever was your favorite sport?
I was totally Chris Farley. But that question, I'm going to stand behind that question because that's when.
You're gonna double down now.
Not the sports one. I'm talking about the entertaining disc jockey. That was a thing, as a lot of companies were saying, we just want people to shut up and read these liner cards. And that and people, and I remember in my class, we were learning about this, and they were saying guys like him were on the downswing. That's not what radio is going to become. Radio is just, you have a good voice and read these cards. Otherwise, you'll never make it. Guys like Laquadera are gone. Of course, we know that line of thinking is completely stupid, as so many great shows have come and gone in every city.
But I can see if that was the case, we'd all be unemployed if you had to have a good voice and know how to read.
Well, and I was going to say, I can see why he would get annoyed with, because like it's even like people that come to me these days and they're like, "Oh, isn't radio dying?" And then it's like, okay, you don't need to bring that up to me now. I work in the industry.
Because nothing you say in response is going to make sense. Like, oh, let me pull up these stats that proves otherwise. It's like that's an opinion that someone has that you're not going to be able to change.
Right?
Isn't it amazing though? That's what people were saying 40 some odd years ago about our industry. And
I'll
here
probably
we
say
are. We're
40
still
years
doing
from now, too. Yeah. It's going to,
Yeah, I that was the only question I was like, I really like that question. And he, you know, I loved his response. You know, he didn't take it seriously, but he had, I think at the beginning of the interview, I felt like he hated me. At the end of the interview, I feel like he loved the fact that he would get to troll me because I was so bad. And I felt like I was part of really good entertainment. And I remember when the teacher said to me, I don't know if there's any more. Is that the last one?
We do have one more.
Oh, all right. I won't give that. I won't give my closing statements then. I'll let you hear this.
Cool.
All right, give you one last chance.
I want to, seriously.
Wow, this is the worst interview I've ever had in my life. Write that down on the paper. Remember, I want all this down. If you eliminate one word, I'm going to sue your ass.
What tips would you give?
You're going to keep this rest of all this interview?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all gonna be tips.
If a person wants to get into broadcasting, my advice to them seriously is to, if they've got the time, it's for them to just go and intern somewhere and get to know the people at the station they want to work at. And eventually they got a better shot than if they come in cold from out of the cold and just give somebody a resume, because people laugh at resumes.
Well, on a station like this now, would you say...
I would laugh at your resume. Anyway, I have to go now. And Rob, thank you very much for giving me the honor of, asking me to interview. Bye-bye.
I got more coke to do, Bob.
I gotta go now.
I'm coming down off my high, Bob.
Oh, man. You know what? I mean, I deserved all of that, but dude, I was the star of the class. I remember the teacher looked at me and he said, he made a fool of you. You did all that. And dude, I'll never forget my response, which I think is why I was able to do whatever I had to do in this business. I said to him, I go, this whole class is laughing. They're entertained. And I was part of that. Mm-hmm. And I said, and rather than cry and get upset, I went and I still tried to do what I could. I tried to get him to do what I had to do. I know he hated me, but I was like, I'm still going to do it and stay here as long as he lets me stay here. And you know what? He ended up doing jokes and trolling me, and it ended up entertaining everybody. And I thought, that's all I want to do in this business. I don't care how it happens. Let me do whatever it is to entertain people.
Yeah, if you're laughing with or at me, as long as you're laughing, I'm okay with that.
And I remember the teacher was just so mad at me for that attitude, because he just wanted me to feel horrible. And I was like, no, I don't. I got to get in with the guy. And I was an idiot, no doubt about it. But guess what? You heard audio and everybody loved it.
And I gave him a little bit of a break from him doing coke, so it's probably good for his heart.
Yeah. And again, to be able to 30 some odd years later, go hang with the dude at his house. And he treated me, he was like, all he kept saying to me at lunch was like, how are you making it in this business? It's so much harder than when I was in the business. And he says, I heard you got a great show. You're successful. You're on a station like I was on. It's like you made your dream come true. And it's so much harder to do that right now. And I'm like, isn't this wild? I mean, the guy that said, get out, you'll never be in the business, was like, looking at me like, Like, he was in awe that I was actually making a living doing this job because he was like, it's so hard now. He says, I don't know if I could be in the business today.
She'd be like, Charles, well, it's because I'm not a cokehead. Next question.
That's what I should have done. I really should have had a follow-up interview with him just like that.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Cat lovers, listen up. Meet Felix, the pet insurance brand made just for cats. Our cats don't really have 9 lives, but a lot can happen in the one they do. Felix's whisker-to-tail protection covers accidents, illness, emergency care, exam fees, and so much more. Visit FelixCatInsurance.com to learn more about their customizable coverage for felines. Sorry, no dogs allowed. That's FelixCatInsurance.com. Get it, meow. Insurance is underwritten by Independence American Insurance Company and produced by Independence Pet Group. Pre-existing conditions are not covered. Visit FelixCatInsurance.com/terms for all terms and limitations.
This holiday season, make your journey memorable with Travel Centers of America, where our motto is simple: return every traveler to the road better than they came. Avoid any hassle and stop at our one-stop shop for all your holiday travel needs. Fuel up, indulge in delicious snacks, and dine at one of our full-service restaurants. Hit the road with peace of mind knowing we've got you covered. For more info, go to ta-petro.com. Travel Centers of America, your road to happy travels.
These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs help find the right people for your team faster and for free. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/decide. That's linkedin.com/decide to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Transit is better with an Orca card. Here's why. 1, it's easy. Just tap and pay your way onto Metro and all other public transit around the Sound. 2, your tap shows us when and where you're riding the most, so Metro can serve you better. And 3, Orca cards are for everyone. 18 and younger now ride free with a free youth Orca card. So what are you waiting for? Get an Orca card, tap for transit, and make your ride count today. Visit kingcounty.gov/tap for transit.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
99.9 KISW. It's the listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. Let's go to Jess in Tacoma. Jess, you are on The Rock.
Hey, good morning.
Yo. Good morning, Jess. What you got for us?
So I was telling, I believe, Joey, if I'm not mistaken, I was pondering this idea, and he brought up a good point. So basically, the idea that I was going with here is, how would you all feel about, think about all the gamers that we have here in the Pacific Northwest. Now, if we were all to maybe set up a convention, not like PAX or, Comic-Con or Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft, but like for all the gaming consoles. Now, think about old school NES and Sega Genesis, N64, and I was so bummed out. I really thought I was going to beat Steve this morning, and when that question came up about the question about the first Microsoft console, it came out in 2006,
Jess,
I believe.
Jess.
Yeah.
We'll reel it in. Let's get to the one question that you have. We're going to reel it in. We're reeling it in, girl. I'm helping you out. I'm giving you some tips here because I don't want you to get gonged by Steve.
Oh yeah, no, don't want that. So how about this? Like, a bunch of cool gamers create a group on a platform. We can all get together, like some meeting up. So I bring your consoles, and we can have like a gauntlet. All the consoles, like Atari, NES, N64, Sega Genesis, and Dreamcast. Does anybody remember Sony Dreamcast?
Okay, so we'll have a nostalgic event, and are they playing against each other or just coming to hang out? What's your dream? What's your vision?
Like a little bit of both, okay? So, I mean, if this was a thing, but it should be like free to the public, though, like
now it's going to be free.
I love this idea.
So who's going to pay for the space?
Joe, just like he owes us money for this time that we're spending.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. But no, hear me out. There are places that you can get together.
Yeah.
We could... Okay.
What's your game?
It was a cheesy idea, but I thought it would be fun. I mean, y'all ever been to Pink Gorilla in the International District?
The Pink Gorilla.
I have not. Is that a gaming Is that a game spot?
Yeah. They actually have 2 locations. There's one in the U District and one on what is it?
Okay, Jess, you have a wonderful mind. Can you get to the point? I don't need to know.
She wants to have a giant retro gaming tournament.
Bring all our vintage games and just
But what
have
does
like a
Pink
nerd
Gorilla?
day where
What
we
does
can
Pink
all...
Gorilla have to do with it? I don't. What do they?
Because that's where you get all the best games. Famicom system, Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, that's where I get my Doki Doki Jammets.
Will they host it? Is that what you're saying? They'll host it too for free?
Well, I mean, I didn't go as far as to say that, but I just thought it'd be cool if enough nerds come together, we could make this happen.
I ain't playing unless I get to do Doki Doki Jam It.
Here's the thing. I look, I'm not a big video gamer, but I'm a big board gamer. But unfortunately, though, you do have to pay because they've got to rent out those hotels and the big game areas.
No, I'm not talking like large scale like that.
Like just 20, 30 people, BJ.
You know, like say everyone that wanted to participate in the event.
Everyone. That seems like a very large number.
Give or take 20 or 30, BJ. Everyone. What's your
trying to
retro
work this out
game
for
of
Jess?
choice? Like, what's your go-to game, Jess?
That's a better question. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my go-to game is actually based off of Doki Doki Panic, regular NES Super Mario 2. That was actually based off of Doki Doki Panic because it didn't sell very well overseas, and Nintendo said, hey, we'll go ahead and pick up that game and turn it into something more Mario-ish. And that's how we that's how we ended up with Super Mario 2 for the original NES.
What did Joe contribute to this conversation? That's my
Joe,
question.
What was his input
Joe
on
likes
this?
gaming, and he probably said, hey, here's my number, let's text.
Oh.
It's a good game.
Now I kind of want to play Doki Doki Panic, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but
it's basically Super Mario Brothers, just with different characters.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I remember that. That's
it's
why I
really
like Commander
fast.
Keen back in the day.
Before you guys gong me or whatnot, but Super Mario 3 for original Nintendo, do you guys know about all the secret, like, little eggs that you can, like if you duck down behind one of the white blocks on level 3 on the World 1, you can go get the flute and you can waft off to another level.
Yes.
You guys know about that, right?
Well, I didn't know about that, but it's always nice to have cheat codes and hints and things like that. And Jess, look,
that's why we need to get this convention of a bunch of people with the game.
Sorry, the texter. Next text.
There it is.
Next text.
Yeah.
Next text. Sorry, texters. The text line wasn't working. Oh, next text.
Yeah, that was.
There's a lot of texters, BJ.
There surely
I
are.
was enthralled.
Oh, yeah.
That was not me.
I have to say,
my fingers for the people.
yeah, I'm going to say this for the texters. I'm going to say texters. I am not in charge of the gong. I was as shocked as you were. This went on as long as
I was into when she had me at Doki Doki Panic.
Yeah, I don't even Noki what that is. But yeah, all right. Well, there you go.
Way to go, Joe. That was a Dookie Panic of a call.
Yeah,
I think I do
That's
owe
good
you
call
guys an
screening right there.
apology. That was not a great one.
But what was your? She started this out with, I was talking to Joe and he brought up a great point, but then never told us the point you brought
what
up.
was your great point?
I think Joe was just like, I can't handle this. I'm going to put you on hold and put you on the air so I don't have to talk anymore.
Yeah,
there's a little truth to that.
Yeah, a call screener has to also know when to tell somebody, yeah, we're not going to use your call on the air. That's the idea. That's the screen part of call screening.
You know what the problem was? Jess was on hold for a while. I had honed her in. I said, just tell them you have an idea. You want to have a video game flea market and it'll be perfect. And it was going to be that. And then
a
it turned
flea
into
market
a
means you
gorilla.
could buy games and sell games. She didn't even talk about that.
No, she didn't.
Okay, then. All right, then.
But we
and she wants it to be free for everybody.
Well, hey,
It's
look,
like,
sometimes things don't go exactly how someone would hope, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, we learned something about Doki Doki Panic, and I think
Yes, we
that's something
did.
that will last with us forever.
Yeah.
And look, Jess, as much as we give you a little hard time, who doesn't love someone that loves video games to the level that you do? So, and I can appreciate that.
I just
So,
text, damn
thank
it,
you for
Joe.
calling. Yeah, and you can blame Joe. And I guess the text line that Steve he couldn't see all the gong requests.
I thought everyone was into it just as much as I was. That was
did you really?
That was my bad. I was just kind of kept holding on for hope that we were getting somewhere with that. Because I always like when someone's passionate about anything.
I know. It's just sometimes people just go down the rabbit hole and they never come back. It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Text us especially if you have a free space where she can have her video game show.
Maybe we'll meet everybody up at the Pink Elephant.
The Pink Gorilla, it was.
Oh, sorry. The Pink. Well, you want to get your car washed before you go. I mean, you can't play Doki Doki Panic with a dirty car, BJ.
I would go to a car wash / video game place in a heartbeat. That's what they need to mash up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready for that. Because you know what I mean? You know, you sit in your car anyway, right? Well, you can play video games while they're washing it. That's nice.
So people are texting about the cool things that their work did for them, because we talked earlier about a guy who's been driving a bus for 50 years in Atlanta, and the city decided to put his face on the bus and then give him a replica one, which I thought was pretty badass.
Love that.
So some of the stories are pretty cool. One person says, as a bartender years ago, my boss shut the bar down, got all of us box seats at a Mariners game, fully loaded with food and beers. It was fantastic. And then after the game, we had shots and beers with Manny from Georgetown Brewery, which was even better.
Damn, that's a hell of a day.
I like that.
Is Manny from Georgetown Brewery also the guy who made Manny's?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I mean, there could be more than one Manny that makes beer.
That's fair.
But it's funny how that's such a unique name that you're like, oh, it's got to be the same guy.
If you've never been to Georgetown Brewing, by the way, man, that brewery is fantastic.
It's really good.
It's so cool, and it has like the coolest patio and little fire pits and everything. I was like, we went there the other day, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, their beers are good.
Oh, so
wait,
great.
Danny went to a brewery?
I know.
Shocking, right?
What? Wow, what's wrong? Okay, I mean, all right, someone ought to call the doctor on that. I think there's something wrong with Danny.
So it said the owner of a company I worked for wrote me a check for $4,000 and told me to go get my son in my divorce. I told him I couldn't pay him back, and he told me, I don't care. I'm not asking to be paid back. Go get your son.
Oh, wow.
He was an awesome man.
Whoa.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's probably someone who maybe went through a divorce as well. Is like, you know what, I'm going to help somebody out who maybe couldn't afford to have the opportunity to be helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool, man. Sometimes that's the trouble. Sometimes you need money to fix this stuff, which you wish that people could just fix normally. But now some of the things you just need money for, even if you want to be amiable. So that was cool. That's very cool.
Another person said, my job let me take the day off so I could go to Pain in the Grass and throw a wiener at Danny, which he dropped. No worries, Danny. We're going to win it all next year from Jesse.
I love that we're going to have another one, yes.
Are we really going to? I feel like that was a one and done, wasn't it?
I feel like you got to do at least one more just so you could say you have the second annual.
Yes.
And then you had fun. You liked watching people's wieners fly in the air.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. But I was like, I just don't like to do it out in front of a bunch of people. I like to have it in a controlled environment.
It was a spectacle.
It was. My idea brain comes up, and we should just have wiener tosses here at work during
practice.
We should have 67 more, and then so that way we could have the 69th annual.
I see what you're saying.
That's a lot of years we're going to be on the air.
I know.
I mean, there's no guarantee. We'll have to pass it on to the next generation.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love that.
Why not? It was a big hit, man. We had a great turnout for that. I heard Julio Rodriguez is interested in doing it next year, just like the home run derby.
I didn't know that. I mean, that would be really that would be the trifecta for him: the home run derby, the rookie of the year, and now the wiener toss. And
the wiener toss champion. Yes,
he would be complete.
He's the big weenie.
Yeah, well, he's got some stiff competition in Miles from the men's room, of course.
Yeah, Miles is on another level, but I feel like. I mean, Julio Rodriguez is definitely a step above. No offense to Miles, and I think he would agree.
You say that, but until Julio gets in the squared circle pavement air, whatever we call it, and proves it, Miles is still your undisputed
champion. It's called the wiener
pitch. Yeah, until he gets into the wiener pitch, Miles is your undisputed champion.
Is Julio pitching or throwing?
Whatever Julio wants, Julio gets. He's the rookie of the year.
I was going to say, he could probably place the wiener really well. But
he could chuck it.
Catching it, I don't know.
Oh, catching it. He's a center fielder. He's like a good defensive center fielder. You want him catching that baby.
He's got a great eye for balls. I'm sure he's got a great eye for weenies.
That's fair.
That's why I was surprised Vicky didn't do better at the. But anyway,
I did catch it.
She did catch one.
You did. You did catch a weenie, and I'm very proud of you.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
One of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills. And of course we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Getting
Getting older means a world of change, but some things still stay the same, like being at risk for type 1 diabetes, because type 1 can happen at any age. So screen it like you mean it. If just one person in your family has type 1, you're up to 15 times more likely to get it too. And 50% of type 1 diagnoses happen after the age of 18. So screen it like you mean it. Type 1 diabetes starts long before you need insulin, and one blood test could help you spot it early and lower the risk of serious complications like diabetic ketoacidosis, known as DKA. So don't get caught by surprise. Screen it like you mean it, because getting answers now can help you get prepared. The more you know, the more you can do. So don't wait. Talk to a doctor about how to get screened. Tap now or visit screenfortype1.com to learn more. Again, that's screenfortype1.com, and screen it like you mean it.
Some companies are big, others are small. To Robert Half, their hiring needs are equally huge. At Robert Half, our specialized recruiting professionals elevate their expertise with proprietary AI tools to transform candidate discovery, assessment, and selection. Whether sourcing talent locally or in any geography that works for you, Robert Half can pinpoint hard-to-find candidates in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent.
Hidden fees, restrictive healthcare networks, and confusing coverage are signs that your health insurance isn't really working for you. Christian Healthcare Ministries is the biblical alternative to health insurance. With flexible, affordable healthcare programs and the ability to choose your provider without network restrictions, you can finally have freedom over your healthcare decisions. And when you join, you're surrounded by fellow believers who offer spiritual support. Learn more by visiting chministries.org/solution.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.